Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
Yo, what it do, man? It's Dead in Sports. We in this mug. As you can see,
what was it?
Kenneth B. Ends is not in the host seat, but he will be here shortly. How y'all doing tonight, man? Oh shit, I see some members in the house. Bet.
What's up, y'all? We
Man,
sound
let me see
good.
who
We
that?
all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aaron something.
Mic check. One,
TV is
two.
not close. The TV is not close to me.
You want me to scoot the TV out?
Mic check. 1, 2.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna tell Jalen what input they changed it to. But y'all keep on.
Top 10 QBs on Nick.
Top 10 QBs, bro.
That's what we're talking about today.
Top 10. The conversation everybody wanted to hear.
So, all right, before we get into the football stuff,
We can talk about. There's 2 basketball stuffs we haven't really talked about. Really,
that's
at
where I was gonna go.
least the 2 that I know of.
Mhm.
But
Actually, no, there's one. I don't know. I know the one. I don't know the other one. I was gonna talk about Chet. We didn't talk about Chet, did we?
No.
No, we haven't talked about that. What's up?
You want? What did you say? Start. Go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about
Sorry,
Chet.
y'all.
How do y'all feel about Chet missing his rookie season off that goofy ass foot injury?
This ain't my take. I seen somebody else say it, but a brilliant move by Presti. Like, I'm sure the injury not even that serious, but if I can sit him out and we go top 3 picks again, hopefully aiming for that kid, the 7-3 out of France, to look like a fucking superhero.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get him and we put him with the other white dude playing point, what is it? What's his name?
Giddey.
Huh?
Shea
Josh Giddey.
Yeah,
No,
Josh Giddey's nice too.
yeah, we get them together. So yeah, I feel like this is part of the plan.
They're gonna trade
The process reloaded, like in Philly.
Baisley.
Alexander Gildas Alexander be gone.
No, he ain't.
Yeah, he I can see it happening. You know why? The value.
Yeah.
They finally paid him. So what I can trade him for and what I can get back,
Right.
it makes sense.
Okay.
And especially it depends on how that team develops. Like if there's an unquestioned leader and it's like, well, shit, we could just move off of him and get some more pieces.
That's it.
Right.
It's business, it's not personal.
Yeah, that timetable don't line up with where they're gonna be.
Mhm.
He's ready now, so they
Mhm.
can trade him to a contender or to a team with some
Mhm.
assets, get back some assets, like people say, and build around that core. You got Chet with a red shirt season, basically, where he can focus on basketball. He ain't gonna worry about schoolwork. It's 24/7.
He was never worried about schoolwork. Let's just keep it big. I don't even want to put that out for the people out there.
But it's 24/7 basketball trainer, chef. You gonna get him.
He need to just eat. That's why he got fucked up.
They said he been like it his whole life though. They said
And that's
tried
why
to
he
eat.
fucked up right now.
He ain't never been a millionaire before.
Yeah. He ain't never been worth something until
He
now.
can put some people towards it. That is true.
He ain't been- he
Good
ain't been
point.
worth
He never
something
had
now.
money to get that weight up. So, we'll see.
My thing is about this. It's not more about Chet because I knew he was frail. I ain't surprised by the injury, no matter how small it may have seemed like it would have been. My thing is more about how does the NBA respond to NBA players now playing it out of professional leagues type shit. Because they stopped having niggas ride motorcycles. They stopped, you know what I'm saying? Like they made a dress. Like the NBA has responded to when people like, all right, y'all taking shit too far. We gonna have to give y'all a dress code. We got to tell y'all can't do this.
That was David Stern though. I don't
But I'm
think
saying, but it's
Silver,
still stuck. Adam Silver ain't taking that shit back.
Nah,
Yeah,
but-
because it made sense, and I'll let people go. But I would say to that, I think when you got 15,000 people outside the gym trying to see LeBron play in a program, that adds to the mystique of the NBA.
Yep.
So I don't think that they're gonna. It's like you're not telling LeBron, oh, you can't go play basketball in the summer. I don't think that they're gonna be able to do that. The motorcycle shit I get almost as far as when we talking about the dress code shit, they've even taken that and turned it into something dope for the players. But you can't tell them, oh, we're not gonna let you do pro-am.
Yeah, because you got to look at it like this, and I'm gonna ask a question. This for everybody. What's the difference if Chet would have got hurt practicing or training? What's the difference? Summertime, he's hooping, playing a sport against other people on the court, trainers or other pro basketball player, European. It don't.
But my thing is my only retort to that would be if he didn't play this game, we could have seen a whole full season of Chet. Now we don't.
No, but
That's what I'm saying. Like if he didn't play it.
But if we're playing the if, and
Are we drinking it? We ain't drinking yet.
We ain't drinking yet. But we about to.
I'm ready.
We about to. But what I'm saying is okay. Chet makes it out of the pro-am game, and he goes to train the next day. He fucks up his foot. What's the difference? What's the difference?
I if I was somebody who just drafted a nigga, I'm like, there's a difference.
See, I think that's a team call, like versus an
NBA
NBA call.
I'm saying like
if I'm the
when
Thunder,
I say NBA, I'm talking about like the NBA family, like the team, like all the teams. Like they're gonna respond to this.
If I'm Adam Silver, I like it. But if I'm the owner of the Thunder, like you said, I may be making some calls and being like, bro, like ain't nobody else playing. Like I just feel like for the
part
league
of the
is
collective
good promo.
bargaining agreement, I think that they're allowed to play. They can't tell them they can't.
Okay.
You know, so it's part of the agreement.
Isn't the bargain agreement about to be up?
Yeah,
Or did that already happen?
They got? I don't know how much longer they got. They
coming
just
up.
did it. They just did a new deal not long ago.
I thought the agreement was about to be up, coming up soon. Let me double check.
I don't know.
But keep going, my bad.
I can't remember, but it is part of the agreement.
gotta let them
So
play.
they can't really stop them from playing like that. I think that some of the players may stop themselves. Though a couple other people get hurt, it's gonna be like, wait a minute, this exhibition basketball.
Oh yeah, okay. So the most recent agreement started with the 2017-2018 season and runs through 2023-24 with a mutual opt-out after 2022-23. So
This
this
coming up
year.
season. And then like how realistic can you be and say, oh, you can't hoop recreationally? Like how they gonna monitor that?
no,
How they gonna stop you from
they're just
doing
talking about like those pro-am leagues.
But they
Or
get-
like the Drew League.
That's
or like
just
the
as
Atlanta-
dangerous.
the
That
Atlanta
would be
shit.
just as dangerous if I
I'm
get
just-
10
but
people
shit,
in
I
hooping.
mean, at least they go to those things known as like Rucker Park where Kobe was there,
Right.
when LeBron showed up to, you know what I'm saying? Those are things where it's like people are going to come out and see them. These are slight promos, but historic promos at the
Right.
same time. So it's like those are things that players want to go to. They're not about to go to one of the local Atlanta high schools
What I mean-
on any given Sunday and start hooping. You know what I'm saying? They'll do that at the gym at the facility, or they'll do that at home at their gym and facility.
Right. But they can still get hurt doing that as well.
They could,
So
but
with
at
the
least
team-
at least they're at home. If you get hurt at home, you get hurt at home. If you get hurt at the job, you get hurt at the job. Those are two reasonable places to get
but
hurt.
you're still
at.
hurt.
You getting hurt at a random ass program trying to block LeBron James from dunking on you. Like, come on, that just don't.
LeBron
That-
was gonna dunk on him. LeBron didn't go for the dunk. Like
He could have.
You sure?
it was not midseason.
If he did, and he broke. If he did, and he broke his ankle off of that.
But I
this
think
looks even
also
worse.
too, that's a part of being a professional, right? Like you just pointed out, LeBron didn't go for the dunk on him because it ain't mid-season. Like if I'm Chet, I gotta know my body. I gotta be well adjusted enough to know how hard you can go in those games like that.
That
But
comes-
I also don't think that you can rob yourself for the opportunity to play it because that means a lot to motherfuckers. Waited outside 3 hours to see LeBron in those games, so
That
it means
comes
a
with-
lot for your legacy.
that comes with time. Chet's still a kid.
Yeah, I ain't
basically.
blaming Chet for it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like in the reality, in the grand scheme of things, is would be a sophomore in college right now. So knowing his body, he really ain't even got to know his body quite yet. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't know. That's when you have advisors around saying, okay, well, you need to do this or you don't need to do that. I'd have had him on a workout regime. He wouldn't have been in no Drew League or no other league at that. If it was me, he would be in the gym
Why
with
is
training.
that?
How is it different from summer league?
Because I just feel like he needs so much strength. He needs to be working on his body, and I think that's more important.
He
than the
don't need to be
basketball
at
side
that
of it.
little. He don't need to be doing what he was doing.
but
bro.
Why though?
But playing
Like,
because the
basketball-
season
you
about
don't
to
need to be
start.
playing basketball.
No, he don't need to be He don't need to be doing that. He need
Not
to be
that
training.
basketball.
We
That-
already know he can play basketball. We need to put some weight on him. He was
and
drafted with top 3 for a reason. He could play basketball.
And
That's his
But
issue.
y'all are saying that like LeBron James was literally in this game. It wasn't like all scrubs. I understand y'all point where it wasn't professional.
name me 3 other players outside of him and LeBron.
LeBron was there. That's enough, bro.
I'm just saying, name me 3. It was the
I
rest
think
of
that's the
scrubs.
problem with
Rest of scrubs. All right, name me 3. FIFA.
I don't remember who exactly played in that game, but there were other NBA players, and there's multiple
NBA
there's multiple NBA players that played in the Drew League. What's his name?
DeMar DeRozan from out there.
DeMar DeRozan just hooped. DeJounte just hooped, and
I'm
Jamal
talking about
Crawford
in this game.
in that particular game, there were other NBA players.
But how
I
soft
can't
you
tell you
gonna
off
go
the
then?
top.
Like, how soft you gonna go? I want to wait. I may not be big enough. Like, bro, we playing basketball. You about to get paid millions of dollars to go play basketball. Lace them up and go hoop. If you get hurt, it's a part of the game.
We all knew going into this that he needs to put on weight. The last thing I want him to see is go against LeBron James. That's a nightmare. Sam Presti's nightmare came true. He was like, all right, I got this nigga. I drafted him.
Yeah.
The last thing I got to worry about is
Sam Presti was at the crib.
He turned on ESPN
Exactly.
saying that shit.
Thank you. Talk about it. So you think Sam Presti in this?
He was hype.
I don't think it was that much of a nightmare if he could get a chance to sit his guys down now.
Thank you. So do you think where OKC is and where they're trying to go, that Sam Presti was worried about this?
No. I'm saying this.
He got probably the best GM.
He don't get no legit game film on dude this year.
Why?
I already took him second, bro.
Because
it don't matter.
it's all about the development.
Joel Embiid missed the whole first year and he was fine.
Do you think
Blake Griffin missed the whole first year? He was fine. Ben Simmons missed his whole first year.
Do you think Chet will be as good as Joel Embiid?
It's possible.
I think it's very possible.
More likely or less likely?
More likely.
Do you think he'll be as good as
more likely? Anybody you're gonna name.
Blake Griffin and
all of them that you're gonna name. Okay. We're talking about.
I disagree. I want that.
That's fine. That's cool. We already know what your basketball takes are like and how they age.
That's fine.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
mine's on Chet age. Mine's on Chet age.
I don't like
said
Chet.
the nigga was friendly. He was gonna get hurt early,
and that's fine.
And it was before the season started. Now
fine.
we having this goofy ass conversation.
It's not a goofy conversation because it
ain't.
No, it's not.
Because did he get hurt on the job or he got hurt playing?
I got hurt playing basketball, bro. I'm a
That is the
basketball
job.
player, bro.
That is the job.
The more reps
he didn't get paid in that
Do y'all recall?
He got paid by the NBA.
I don't think getting paid.
Not for that game.
He got paid by the NBA
For that game.
Do y'all recall?
LeBron didn't get paid. LeBron's a billionaire
LeBron ain't
playing
get
that
hurt.
game,
If
bro.
LeBron got hurt, I'll be cussing his ass out too.
Yeah, they would.
But they
be on
playing
LeBron
basketball
if
is
he
my
got hurt.
point, though. Like you can't put people in eggshells and expect them to just be
I'm
safe
not.
everywhere. If we gonna hoop, we gonna hoop,
Before he
bro.
got hurt, I'm all with you, bro. But this is a third overall. If I'm a GM or I'm a head coach, I don't get no time with this dude.
It don't matter. Chet wasn't gonna do shit.
They showing up to practice. He probably ain't even hurt. He probably gonna be in practice every week.
He got a list
practicing in our
for now.
facilities.
Now, I agree. Like I said, I agree. It's a red shirt year, but at the same time, we all know the life of a GM and a coach is only this long. You really, to be honest, and I know people saying secretly, Presti's like, yeah, but he had the same thing in Philly, and he was out of a job. He was out of a job.
I was about to say another
Hickey,
good point.
I'm sorry, not
Presti got time.
He
He got more time than a little bit. As far as if you're gonna take a year off, I'm cool with that. He got that much time.
But
right?
same thing Sam Hickey did with those guys in Philly. They got him up out of there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But Sam Presti got a better track record.
He didn't get a chance to see it come to fruition. But the position he's in is a not for long.
But that was
position.
that was my follow up to like how many times does Sam Presti have to have a top 3 pick before we be like, all right, Sam Presti, it's time to go.
Bro, you're in Oklahoma City. There ain't a lot that we got to do here.
How many times does Sam Presti have to have a top 3
As long as he continues to drive
he's
and make the
his
moves
own
that he
ticket,
has,
bro. He
he's
ain't
going to
missed.
have a job.
But at some point,
Like the owners are not going to say,
So
"Hey,
you
Sam
saying he got the
Presti."
job forever then?
No, because
Pretty
at some
much.
point,
Pretty much.
That's what
I'm
you
with
just
you.
said. Because
I've
if
been
you're
trying to
cool
call
with
this
always
motherfucker
having the
out.
top 3
yeah,
picks
at some point,
and
this got to
drafting
come to
the players,
fruition.
he hasn't had. What was the last draft pick he hit on? Like as far as hit,
SVG, dude, the white point
that
guard.
wasn't his draft pick. What was the last draft pick he had that he hit on?
That was Clippers.
So obviously he hit on the big 4: Ibaka, Harden.
That ain't what you
That-
asked.
that-
I no. We're going through the track record because y'all want to be disrespectful.
I said
When
the
it comes
last.
to-
That's
go
the
through-
trash record. What's the
go
last
through the
one?
last
Who was
one.
the last one?
Go through it quickly so we can get to these top NFL QBs.
So the shit. He really hasn't drafted high. Since
He
Russell,
really hasn't drafted high.
since Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
So
Who has he drafted in the top 5 since
what-
Russell Westbrook?
So here's the thing: he's gonna have to. These picks are gonna have to come to fruition. You're gonna have to make something out of this because they're not gonna keep saying, "Well, we getting great picks."
But is Josh
nothing's
Giddey not?
happening.
But is Josh Giddey not a guy?
Josh Giddey.
We're gonna see.
What do you mean we gonna see?
Man,
What
better
more you
than-
need to see?
I need
to see more
I need to see
Giddey up.
something happen.
Giddey, nigga. That's
Giddey
what I need to
all-star.
see.
But the point is that Sam Presti is going to
You-
have time. Like if y'all like what he's doing or not, Oklahoma City loves it. And it ain't going to be no time soon where they're going to be like, man, you got to get out of town. So he can give dude a year off. Let him build his weight up, like you're saying. Let him get some more playing time. And we get another draft pick on top of it.
Look,
The last top 5 pick was James Harden. After
exactly.
Russell.
So it's been a very long time. So what does that say
You
about
picked top 5 for a reason because he had a top 6 and that was Josh Giddey.
okay?
Josh
And
Giddey
he
not
hit
bad.
on that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he not?
We gonna see.
Who was drafted ahead of him?
But ahead of Giddey. Let me go to that draft.
That's regarded as a good pick.
Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Suggs, Josh Giddey.
Okay. and everybody behind him should have got drafted behind him.
Jonathan Kuminga,
Yep.
Davion
Raw.
Mitchell.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Look,
I don't know.
there's a reason why. Hold on, Nick.
Quentin Grimes might have something to say there.
Yeah, I don't
bro.
know about
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
So is Giddey gonna be an all-star at any point?
I think he can be.
I do too.
Bro,
I think
is
he
he
can
gonna be
be.
an all-star? Don't
Yes.
say can.
Yes.
We all
It's not
believe somebody
guaranteed.
can be something.
No, Nick.
Because he flashed,
Nick.
but I don't see him being an all-star.
I don't see no Giddey out of this motherfucker.
Was Ant Edwards an all-star?
No.
So,
Giddey is not Ant Edwards.
and I'm not saying that,
That don't
but
make him
I'm
awful
saying,
though. Is all he's saying. They ain't awful.
No, I'm
because
just
he's not
saying,
an
why
Edwards.
is you talking about Ant Edwards and
Because-
Josh Giddey? When was the last time you heard Josh Giddey and Ant Edwards having a conversation before FIFA
to
said
your,
this down?
to your original point though, the only time that I'm sitting out of these games if I'm in a contract season. At 100%, if I'm a rookie, yes, I'm there. If I'm LeBron, yes, I'm there because it adds to the legacy, and that's what the NBA is all about: players. Like they sell players, so absolutely he should be there. If he got hurt, we playing basketball.
Do y'all
so what?
remember? I don't know what play it was. I got to go back and do my research, but he hurt his ankle or tore his ACL in a pickup game.
Who?
I forgot who it was. I got to look back and see who it was.
Was it a long time ago?
And it tore. It's been a while ago. They used to tear players up for playing ball outside of their organized workout stuff.
keyword used to. We're in a whole different mode right now where what makes the dollar go is social media, it's presence, it's the mystique, it's the player. Like at the end of the day, that's what the NBA has. And y'all keep asking, oh, is he going to be an all-star? Fuck, I don't know. I think he has the potential to be, which is why he was drafted top 10. Most top 10 guys have the potential. And you have to look at the situation. Are they even going to get the opportunity to? Right? Wiseman hasn't really gotten the opportunity to, obviously, due to health. But even if he was healthy, bro, you're going to be on rotational minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting superstar number one pick, go play and figure it out minutes.
But that's the exception because Wiseman went to the NBA champs. These other guys are going to teams where they should be.
They
automatic
should be. Yeah, they
stars.
should be. That's why you're a top 5 pick. You got to start tonight.
Giddey should be the man on that team.
Let me ask you, has LaMelo Ball made an all-star team?
Yes,
How many?
one.
Barely. And I
Ain't
love
no
LaMelo.
barely. He's on it.
I feel you. But the
Ain't no
point,
barely.
the point of
You
that?
own it.
the point of the matter is, my point is always
He
3
had
to
one.
5.
He forgot it. No,
I
forgot it.
think
He
know he was
bad.
bad.
He was like,
No,
well, how many?
I didn't know. No, Spike, I didn't know. No, I didn't know. And it was the reason why I brought him up.
Yeah.
Because it proves the point of 3 to 5. How many players in their first 2 years make an all-star team? That's cool. That's how people be laughing at Nick's takes a year later. It's cool.
I think we on the same page as far as letting them play though, people. You
I was
can't
just-
protect people.
No, but
from
I
what's
was
gonna
just
happen.
asking a legit question. How long does Sam Presti have to where we ask like, all right, what's Sam Presti? Do we need to move on?
Okay, to answer that question,
He got
you said the last top 5 pick was
James
James
Harden.
Harden. So that means as a GM, I'm doing a damn good job, bro. I'm doing a damn good job. If the last guy I picked in the top 5 was James freaking Harden.
And to the point, we not in LA, we're not in New York. It's not even a big market. Oklahoma City is cool with what they got. They all right with what they putting on the floor.
Let me ask you,
All right.
has Sam Presti not made the moves that were the best moves at the time?
They consider the top small
Come on,
market team.
man.
Hey, what does that mean, bro?
on,
What
man.
really does that mean? Because like when you say that, it sounds like it's supposed to be encouraging, but again, he's
How
picked
is it not?
because he's picked top 7 twice out of the last 6 drafts, top 12 3 times out of the last 6 drafts. So it's like when you say he makes the right moves, like
that's barely the lottery.
no. I'm saying when you say he's the moves, I'm thinking like he's supposed to be competitive. Since James Harden and them left, he hasn't been competitive.
Who would be competitive in the NBA when you lost technically 4 All-Stars and 3 of them are superstars?
It's been a while.
Legit.
It's been a while since that happened, bro.
That's not a
you
while.
can't keep using that as an excuse.
Bro,
it was good for them first 3 years.
Bro, it's been, what is it, about 3 or 4 seasons removed that Russell Westbrook just left.
Yeah.
And he was MVP back-to-back.
Legit superstar.
What are
And
you
he-
talking
Oklahoma
about?
City.
Well,
What are you talking about?
I don't want to linger on this too long, but Westbrook extended his
Facts.
job
I-
by getting them to the playoffs.
But you
Not
know
these
what,
damn
okay?
picks.
He repaid him. because nobody was talking about Westbrook drafting him that high and becoming what he became.
He said he repaid him.
He repaid him for drafting him that high.
We gotta move on. What's the other NBA question we got before we get this,
I don't know
QB?
now, bro. You done got me so.
You upset? I'm my bad.
It's fine.
bro.
We know why the people here. Oh, by the way, I dropped the link to the Fantasy Football League in the members only chat. So yeah, join. I got to tomorrow. I didn't realize that the season actually starts Thursday.
Just next Thursday, yeah.
This Thursday, isn't it?
Nah, next Thursday.
Yeah, next Thursday, not this Thursday.
Oh, so I do have an extra time.
It's like
do
it's
the
after
draft.
Labor Day. It's after Labor Day.
My bad. Okay. Well, never mind. So I might be able to create another league, and I can change the draft date for that one because I thought it started Thursday.
Nah, it's the-
So I probably selected. I'm pretty positive I selected the wrong date when I was picking the draft date. So cool. Well, y'all get in. I'll set up another one. I'll just drop a video when the public league is live, but this is for members only. So hit that link, man. Get in.
I know an NBA question y'all was gonna ask about.
Well, we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
Just,
save
yeah,
it.
shit, yeah. You know, they get tired of us bearing the lead.
Yeah, they do.
So
All right. This is probably a conversation we have all the time throughout just the year, throughout our off the air conversations. And as you can see from Spike Lee's dusty ass notebook, he's something that he's been anticipating for a while. Top 10 QBs. I'm quotable as naming a top 10 QB at number 10. So I'll definitely start off. But yeah, this is a conversation about the top 10 QBs currently in the NFL. We're going from 10 to 1. I don't know how these guys base their picks off of how they select their selections, but I always do it off the last season or the last 2 seasons if the person was injured or not. So y'all ready?
Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Into it. All right. At number 10, I got Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals.
That's what's up.
Every year he's gotten better since he's got drafted number 1 overall. Outside of Cliff Kingsbury, I think he's been one of the most successful first overall picks quietly that no one really even talks about. Definitely
Everybody talks about what you talking about.
No, I'm saying as far as like his success, not more of his shortcomings. I think that if we're comparing number ones, him and Baker is night and day.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I think the Browns has actually been a better run organization over the last 5 years than the Cardinals.
Of course.
If you want to just go by draft picks and also moves, you switch out the quarterbacks. That Browns team is a Super Bowl contender.
Yep.
So that's just my opinion. But yeah, Kyler Murray, even though he had a shitball playoff game, it was his first playoff game. Everybody has shitball moments. Peyton Manning threw 18 picks in his rookie season or some shit like that.
No, it was more than that.
Yeah, more so like
30 something, damn.
So hey, everybody don't look pretty their first time around. So I got Kyler Murray at number 10.
Shit, I guess. But in your book, everybody's supposed to be an all-star year one. But that's cool.
I did mine based off when you asked who I would take going into the season, like who I would feel most confident with coming into the season, saying that I had the perfect team in place. What quarterback would I take? That's how I rank mine. And again, you and I, similar to last week, had the same at number 10. I got Kyler Murray too. Show it there to you, so you won't think that I wrote
it was
down.
written.
I wrote it down.
It was written.
But yeah, I got
You should see
Kyler
who
Murray.
got at number 5.
Uh-oh.
He wrote it down while you was saying it.
He couldn't even
I
see
saw
it.
Matt Jones.
You lying.
He got a hot take.
Yeah.
bro.
I like Kyler at 10. He edged out my quarterback Dak at 11. I did 14 rankings just to make sure I had everything like how I wanted it. But I think Kyler, he still has a lot to show. The studying thing that came out is going to show this season how well he does prepare. I
Why?
don't think what.
Why would that show the season?
Why would it show this season?
When he's gotten better every season.
He has to continue to get better. Right? Like he's gotten better and gotten to a point.
Even though he was
where-
almost an MVP candidate last season.
He got to get to the
Almost.
finish line.
Almost. You're saying the key
Carson
word.
Wentz made a whole career off of almost.
Hey, and he ain't Carson Wentz. He ain't 6'4", 250.
Yep.
So when you're not 6'4", 250 and got a rocket arm, you got to do every year show the improvements.
being-
And that was based off what was in that contract.
So being the number 1 overall pick and the rookie of the year ain't enough.
No,
Nope.
it's not.
Nope.
Not knocking him or anything, because I do believe he can do it. Though.
Where
I think
RG3 at?
if next year, if I was to make projections, the next year he's going to be higher on my list. I think he's going to have a good
RG3
year.
wasn't number 1.
I think he's going to have a good year. Like, don't get it twisted. I just got him at 10.
Number 2 to Andrew Luck.
And both of them gone. I got Russell Wilson
Mm.
at 10. Yep.
He ain't got nothing else to say about
you
it.
just gonna leave it there?
You got him
'cause
just because he black. That's it.
I do, honestly.
Personally, I feel like he would not be on
black
your list if
analysis.
he wasn't black.
Nah, he would be. You know, I mean, I was looking. I just didn't like anybody else on the bottom. Some people below my list probably will be better, but they're not black. And you know, it'll be interesting to see what he does out or away from Pete Carroll with some receivers that can actually catch the ball. And some.
Is that a shot to Metcalf?
Oh, you know what? Well,
He's had decent receivers.
And
in
and
Lock-
Lock, yeah, I mean,
Bad play callers.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tyler
Yeah,
Lockett.
Golden Tate.
Tyler Lockett was all right.
Tyler Lockett was nice, eh?
He made Tyler Lockett.
Okay.
He made
did.
Golden Tate too.
Sure, he made DK.
So now
Who
he
the
going
fuck
to
was a DK?
Cortland
Yeah, correct.
Courtland Sutton and Jerry
Judy.
Mhm.
And they got a tight end, Nwambi. And I know I butchered that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what he does.
I put Future above Russell Wilson, but
Future isn't though. He's actually below. Russell.
In the streets, he's above.
In the street.
In reality,
Depending on which streets
he's
you
not even close.
But give me y'all were right with Kyler, and I take Kyler because Kyler was in the top 10. He's right in the top 10 in completion percentage, yards per attempt, and several other categories. The big part with Kyler that put him at 10 for me was the way he started last season. Started last season 7-0. He was an MVP candidate.
He got COVID.
The wheels fell off, but it falls off like that for him. It's done a couple
We
years.
saw what happened to Cam when he
Yeah.
got COVID.
This year, he proved the first half of the season that he can be a great quarterback. You know, if he can stay healthy. Now he has to put two halves together this year, but that's why I got him at number 10.
But for me, you know, I guess it's gonna be 3 out of 5. Kyler Murray. When I look at what he brings to the table, how much success he's had, to me, it still leaves a lot to be desired because when you're that talented, I don't give a fuck the size. Obviously, I'm a short guy and I play that sports as well. So I'm always rooting for, you know, the underdog, but you got to finish. And to me, he's not sprinting to the end. He's jogging. He's, you know, how he's starting is not how he's finishing. And to me, I have an issue with that. But again, that doesn't take away from everything that he's been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time. And to me, when I look at some of the other quarterbacks like Dak and stuff like that, give me Kyler. You know what I'm saying? So Kyler at number 10. At number 9,
If you had to project next year, both of y'all, would y'all say he'd be higher or lower on y'all list?
I'm gonna say lower because I think Cliff is gonna get fired.
I was gonna say lower because of Hopkins being out.
I think higher.
Go up. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
What about you?
I think he'll go up. I think he's gonna have a great season.
I
I
think
think,
so, too.
he'll be top 5. next year.
It's the weapons for me that he don't like.
I think
you go
they-
from Hopkins
To Hollywood.
to Hollywood. I don't even know why he got that nickname. Ain't shit Hollywood about his game. Ain't shit Hollywood about his game.
You know, you have
It's just
big
a nice
Hollywood
ass nickname.
college.
Yeah, it's college. I don't think I got it. That's a good point. But yeah, I think he goes up. I think he's gonna have a great season and show his work this year.
Got a chip on the shoulder.
I think it's an extra level of talent and moxie and all of that stuff for quarterbacks to overcome organizational shit, off the field stuff. Like, and I don't know if Kyler's that great. I think he's really great, but I don't know if he can overcome Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know if he can overcome the studying. I don't, you know, like there's a lot of question marks and a lot of variables. It's like, can you overcome these things? Can you play good enough where we're not questioning nothing else? And I don't know. That's why he's at number 10. And that's not a bad play. Shit, that's top third of the league. You know what I'm saying? At number 9, I guess I'm gonna call him Mr. Me Too because I need to see him finish, right? Like it needs to translate to winning. My guy Justin Herbert. When we're looking at the intangibles, size, arm, IQ, poise, has it all. He even has the stats. You look at his stats, it's like, well, y'all didn't make the playoffs. Like, if we look at almost every playoff quarterback, Justin Herbert is either on par or better statistically. And then when we look at the roster in its entirety, it's like, how, Sway? And that's the reason why I put the head coach on the hot seat, because I don't give a damn how many years you've been there. This is right now. and you have to win right now. So if I'm going to put the coach on the hot seat, quarterback got to be on the hot seat as well. But
you said all that to say you justify him at number 9.
At number 9, because I think that some people probably are going to have him a little bit higher. I feel like I had him lower because it has to translate. It's not translating. It looks good on paper. It looks good, but we're not getting to the playoffs.
If they don't make the playoffs this year, which it could be reasonable because of how stacked the division is and the AFC in general, is he going to be higher? Let's say he has a same amount of season, like great season. Would he be higher or lower on your list?
He's going to be lower. He's going to be 10, 11, 12. You got to win.
And people, I agree with you on that. He's my number 9 as well. And the reason being is he was second in the league in yards this past year, threw for 5,014 yards, second only to Tom Brady. You can't argue with that. I mean, the guy played good football. The thing about football is there's 22 guys, actually more than that. But I'm saying the offense and defense makes a difference. I can play the best offense in the world, but if you're not stopping these guys when I need you to, we're not going to win this game. So there is times when he should be a difference maker in certain games, but it's not his job to carry that team to full time like we saw Lamar Jackson try to do at times. That's not the quarterback's job. Your job is to go out there and you win. You should be responsible for 2 to 3 wins. You as a difference maker as a quarterback. The other times you just got to play solid, rely on good defense, good running, and good receiving.
That's not what we say about great quarterbacks.
Yeah, I was going to slightly disagree with that. I think
you're making him sound like a glorified game manager based off that shit.
No, what I'm saying is you're going against. We saw the thing with Josh Allen. We saw Josh Allen going back and forth with Patrick Mahomes. You need somebody else to step up and make a play at that point. That's what I'm saying.
That was an anomaly. Play the best game. That went into overtime and some more shit. Like that's an anomaly. Those games don't really happen.
But you see several games like
the games that he had that he lost. I digress.
I feel that okay. So something you said, Shelton, that we don't want or we're not expecting for the quarterback to win or be the root cause to more than 2 or 3 or maybe 4 wins.
That ain't what I meant.
Okay.
What I mean is like 2 or 3 of those games, he's gonna be it. This is his game.
Gotcha.
He's doing it all. That's what I mean. Out of 17 game season.
We only getting 3 games?
Just out of 17 games, 3 of those games is just you. Like you did it all. I'm saying in these other games, you're gonna count on other people to make certain plays. You may need to you may throw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, but you win off the fact that this guy just ran for 120 yards. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not 100% disagreeing with you because of the position that he's in. He has other people that have a name in this league that you should rely on. We shouldn't be, hey, Justin, you need to save the day. Well, motherfucker, make the catch, make the tackle, make the play. You got paid, you got paid, you got paid, you got paid. Because I ain't paid. So go make the play.
He ain't got no room to say that because the niggas in that locker room have made plays and will make plays.
Well, again, going back to the head coach ain't managing the time and situation properly. A lot of them losses are on the coach, not the players, in my opinion.
Ken, what's your number 9?
For number 9 for me, man, I got Kyler Murray, 9.
Who'd you have at 10?
Russell Wilson. Yeah.
So 1.0 and 2.0. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Keep it black.
Yeah, man. I mean, he showed what he is the first half of the season. He faded. He is being penalized by me for that abysmal playoff performance. But everything else is there. And I think part of the second half collapse is due to COVID, Nick, and Cliff. Kingsbury, whatever his fucking name is.
Came to me.
So I think they are holding him back. But you fix all those things. I think he can, to your point, definitely rise next year. But this is a good year, man, to see what happens with him.
Who you got, Lou?
Lamar Jackson. I got Lamar as my next.
Nigga, bro. I swear.
And the reason that I got Lamar
at 9?
Yes, at 9. I do think that he has a potential to be 1 on this list in future years. I think the last season was his floor. I don't think that even though he had a decent season, I don't think that he'll have another NFL season where they don't go to the playoffs and go further in the playoffs and the team being on his back. With that being said, there's still a lot more to be tapped into, whether that means getting rid of Harbaugh and putting a more up-to-date offense around him where he can be more effective in the passing game, because he doesn't scare me as a passer. I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm not saying that he hasn't done it. I'm just saying when we get to the playoffs, based off how I rank my 10, he's the 9th one that I would feel confident in throwing the ball and getting a W. I know he brings everything else to the table that's impactful, and I agree with that. However, I think that he has a lot more potential to tap into in the passing game. So I got him 9.
Number 9, I got Dak Prescott.
Holy shit.
Number 9, I got Dak Prescott. I think
That's a lot of leeway. Jesus Christ.
Hey, even the Dallas fan, they got Dak Prescott in the top 10.
because he always, when he talks about the Cowboys, he only goes back to when he was 5 years old and he had the binky in his mouth when they was winning. That was the last time. That was the last good memories he had. But so anything else besides that, obviously, has been shitball. But I think Dak Prescott is going. I feel like he's been quietly a top 5 QB.
Only on your list. Only on yours.
I'm just saying, quiet statistically, he's out. Last year they had the number one
empty
offense.
Calories.
Right? Yeah, like the highest.
Empty calories.
We are talking about the regular season right now. We're gonna get next week is when we do our playoff predictions, Super Bowls, and all that shit. So we just talking about the top 10 in the regular season, right? Because you can't have 10 quarterbacks in the playoffs.
Call that man Gluten Prescott, boy.
That's all that is right there. All I'm saying is I think Dak is going to surprise a lot of people this year because they think that he is going to fall off because Amari left. The offense is out of whack, and everybody hurt. You know what I'm saying? You got Mike McCarthy, so that doesn't build no confidence for the team.
Let me give you an if because we drinking.
I don't even like your ifs, but go ahead.
If Dallas implodes, Dak looks trash.
What does that look like? You got to give me something like a scenario.
3,600 yards passing, 25 touchdowns, 15 picks.
Oh, this is at the end of the season. Like this is just
I'm talking about culmination of the season. No playoffs in the NFC East.
Gotcha.
Under 500. What does that do to Dak?
Oh, he falls off the list if that's the case. But how many times have they won the NFC East, bro?
They made the playoffs.
It's been alternating for the last 8 years. It's the longest conference without a repeat.
I'm saying for Dak's tenure.
Twice.
NFC East.
Twice. Maybe 3. No more than 3, but twice or 3. But to answer your question as a Cowboys fan, it doesn't affect that. I think the as a fan base, we're as vested in Dak as we're going to be. It would take it purposely being him. Like he would have to suck worse than what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
If anything goes wrong this season, first and foremost, the blame is going to fall on Mike McCarthy.
100%.
So even before you get to a point where we're going to blame Dak, even if he has a bad season this season, it's still going to be McCarthy's
100%.
fault. So I don't think that Dak is going to get any blame. I do think even with a better coach, he could be higher on the list and has played well, to your point. But
because I always think that if Dak was with Kyle Shanahan right now, they'd be balling.
They win the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's how untapped that I feel like Dak is, and that's also untapped how I feel about Lamar. But we're gonna get to that later. But so yeah, Dak is my number 9. Number 8, I got Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I think Russell will have a bounce back year. I think he's the second best QB in that division, and I don't know if I want to say he's gonna make the playoffs, but I feel like they will make the playoffs. That division is hard. I don't know who's gonna come out outside of Patty. I don't know who else gonna come out that division. Guarantee wise.
I got Deshaun Watson at 8.
Okay. Wow, that's a reach. Boy, you need to go fishing.
I got him at 8. Just based off the last time he played, he was one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
This little light of mine.
Just based off the last time he played, he's one of the top 4 quarterbacks in the league. I feel like that he's.
When was that? How long ago was that?
2 years ago. He's gonna come back with Cleveland with a roster.
Kid, where was you at 2 years ago?
He believe in John Wall too.
He gonna have his now.
roster. I believe in John Wall. You're gonna be all right.
He got a Super Bowl roster. He got a great play caller in Stefanski. He got good running backs. Is this gonna work out when he get back?
Week 12.
Week 12 when he gets
too
back.
late,
Week
bud.
13.
It's gonna be too late.
Week 13 actually
is number 7 on his list. in spite of missing 11 games.
And he's
spite of
still
missing
gonna miss.
11
I'm gonna say he missed 2 years already.
2.5.
He's still gonna miss
2
more.
and 3/4.
That's
So
how
now
good.
It's gonna
That's
be
how
like
good I
almost
think
3
Watson
years by the
is.
time he plays.
Yeah, that's how good I think he is.
But here's the thing though. Did you take into account rustiness? Because when he comes back, because we saw him in preseason.
Hold on. Did you take into
that wasn't
account Cleveland? Like the fact that he's there,
I'm not worried about the Cleveland aspect of it because that's one of the most talented rosters in the league.
the division.
I'm not worried about the division to that degree. What I'm worried about is rustiness. When he
rust.
played, bro, that rollout to the left, it was a simple throw. And I get it. Like, I'm not blaming him.
What kind of out was it?
Huh?
A roll.
A rollout. However, it was a simple play that just looked very rusty.
Yeah.
And waiting 11 weeks, coming in week 12, week 13, I don't know if he's going to have impact to put him on a top 10. Now, here's the thing, Luke. I feel where you're coming from because, bro, who the fuck was he throwing to? He threw over 5,000 yards. He had nobody.
In Houston.
No
Exactly.
O-line,
Mhm.
no run game, no head coach. Who's that? So I understand.
There's a scenario where Jacoby Brissett is good enough to make them an above average team. And he comes in after that bye week. Maybe he is rusty for a couple of weeks. Maybe the Browns getting a wild card. Do you want to play Deshaun Watson in the playoffs with that roster?
I put it to you like this. I need to see 3 to 4 games before I could tell you
And he's
that.
going to have that.
No, I know that.
Right.
But in that time, it could look all bad. And I'm like, well,
That's
shit, I don't
fair.
give a damn if
Yeah.
I play him.
That's
Right.
fair.
You know what I'm saying? But it could be the other because I know what Deshaun is.
Right.
They'd be like, oh shit, he bad that game, but this game he good. This game he good. That game, y'all in trouble.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's a 50-50, but it's too much of a risk for me to put him top 10.
I accept that.
You got a 8, Ken.
Before I name my number 8, I just want to say to Drink More Water and Snapshot. I know Drink More Water didn't get in. Just send me a message. I'm creating another league and I'll reserve a spot for you. Because I already have 2 other spots reserved. So just send me a message, man, and I'll shoot you the link before I open it up to the public. Number 8, I got Dak Prescott.
Oh, you too?
Hey, let's go.
You too?
I got Dak Prescott. Yeah, I mean, statistically, he's always up there.
He up there, bro.
He does
Luke
have
and
his
Prescott.
clutch moments.
He beat the Pats.
He
overtime.
has been to the playoffs multiple times
times.
with the Cowboys.
He
I
won
think
one.
he even won a playoff game.
He beat
So,
Russell.
the man can play the game. And when you look at everybody else that's below him, outside of the top 10, I'm not talking about anybody in my top 10, but when you get beyond Russell Wilson and then everybody below, I wouldn't want any of them.
It's straight cheeks.
Just
All
give
I
me-
know is that Ken got all black quarterbacks.
You notice that?
He 3 for 3.
I was gonna let it keep going.
Justin Herbert ain't there.
I was gonna wait till
Matt
you got.
Stafford
Hey,
ain't
I'm
there.
the same way.
Shit.
Look,
I was
the
gonna
same
wait
way.
till you got the Warren Moon because I know he in that list.
It's about to lighten up, though.
Okay.
I'm right with him.
I'm showing him love, though. I'm showing him love, man.
Who you got? Number 8.
I thought I was gonna be shocking by saying that because I got that.
Mm.
Holy.
Yes, at 8, and for a lot of the same reasons, you had the number 1 offense in the NFL, and he's a catalyst to that team. Dak
He
Dak
is the
is
captain
Dak.
of the team. FIFA, you got to give him that because we saw what the team was like
Yeah.
without him, and we see what it's like
with him,
bro.
correct.
He's a top 15 quarterback.
he is.
And you know what's funny? I can't. You can't really argue either way.
Yeah,
I see
feel
people
you.
saying, I see people saying 15. I see people saying 5. I can
I've
see either
seen
way.
5. And I think
He
they're crazy.
that kind
He
of guy.
could
Though.
be 5, bro.
He could be. But he's not.
We don't
he's
know
just-
that. This is the year.
We just don't know it. You said it yourself. Depending on who coaching was the difference. You
No,
said
no,
if he was-
100%. But my thing is like when I look at Dak and I look at Justin Herbert, I'm like, give me the white boy. Give me the white boy. The white boy bigger, stronger, faster.
But they ended up
more
in the same
poised.
place.
I feel you.
No, they didn't end up the same place. Dak actually went and played another
But they
week.
played playoffs.
Justin Herbert went home.
I'd rather stay. Shit. Give me a fantasy draft and his Dak or Justin. Give me Justin, bro.
All day.
All right, yeah, your fantasy went real quick at home.
Shit.
What you got at 8?
At 8 for me, give me Russell Wilson. I know how last year played out, but at the end of the day, this man has won a Super Bowl. And we have seen him do a lot with a little offensively. Defense, okay, stellar, but we ain't got nothing on this side of the field. And I do think with the Broncos, new era. And also when you think of the Broncos, right? There's been 3 eras of the Broncos that have been great. Obviously, John Elway, then it was Peyton Manning. It's gonna be Russell Wilson. I think
You're determining that now. You're like projecting that. And what's great to you? Like a Super Bowl?
Out of that division, just making the playoffs out of that division, just because of how tough it is. And then you have to also look at how put together the rest of those teams have been, right? Like just recently, the Chiefs have had a little bit of turnover, but the Raiders have been pretty much what they are and just keep adding pieces every year. The Chargers are fucking built. I think the best roster in the league. So he's coming into a situation where it's going to show a lot of who Russell Wilson is. If he's going to be successful, it's primarily going to be because of him. And I think he can be successful. Number 7, Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson. I know that he had a tumultuous season last season, but the Ravens had an unprecedented season. We've never seen the amount of injuries and how it happened. And I know I was on this telecast very early in the season saying, hey, Lamar Jackson for MVP. This man had nobody, and they were winning games because of him. And now I do feel that coaching does hold him back to a degree. I think they have created a system that is Lamar friendly. Let's take advantage of all of your physical traits, but at the same time, they're not developing the other things that win in the league. So that's because he should be higher on my list.
I agree with you.
Former MVP. Let's be honest. There's only about 3 or maybe 4 quarterbacks where you're like, we can't scheme for him, dog. Like he just gonna do what he do. Lamar is in that top 3 or 4 quarterbacks. No matter what you want to do, put the fastest guy on defense as a spot, he's gonna get burnt.
Probably the most dangerous weapon in the league.
Yes.
Top 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he should be higher on the quarterback list. I agree.
Yes. But I think, coaching holds him back. I think situation holds him back. But he is awesome. And I know one of your questions has been, does he go higher next year? Yes, he can. He's fucking Lamar Jackson.
He could be number 1 on my list.
I thought he was 8-3 or 8-4 before he got hurt.
Yeah.
With that bullshit ass team that he had when everybody
He kind of got like handcuffs on him though. Tafifo
because of the coach. I've been calling out Greg Moment for the last 2-3 years, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's fair. They feel like he's limited. They
feel like that because you haven't seen.
I ain't giving them no excuses.
You felt like that too.
I'm not giving them
him
any
at
excuses.
Louisville, bro.
I'm just saying how they call plays.
Look at
and the Lamar friendly system that they built. It obviously says
it ain't Lamar friendly. It's
QB.
It's coach friendly.
But Spike, you know what it is, and what I've been most critical about Greg Roman and John Harbaugh and all them is the wrinkles, the foundation of a scheme. Okay, I get it. The motherfucker can run. Arguably the fastest quarterback to ever play outside of Michael Vick.
They don't build no shit on top of it.
That's my problem.
Yeah, facts.
What's the wrinkle? If we shown you this play 7 times out of this formation, what's the one off that we just do a counter on some shit?
Facts.
That's it doesn't feel creative. It feels lazy.
Like high school football almost.
That's why I say you look at Louisville, bro. They had that nigga all over the place.
Turnovers calling play.
He was turned up. But go ahead with your 7, Sean.
My 7 is Lamar Jackson. And for a lot of the reasons you named, we talk about, once again, same thing, similar to Kyler Murray. We talk about the first part of that season. Lamar Jackson was in MVP talks. You talk about carrying the team.
Yes.
Lamar was doing we said we marveled. I know I did. And I was like, there's no way he's going to be able to sustain this pace doing all that he's having to do. You throwing the ball, running the ball, catching his own passes. Lamar was doing everything for this team. So in saying that, he deserves that respect to being put up there higher than what he is. And I agree, he would have been higher if everybody else had maintained health, including himself. And if injury kind of befell him and kind of take him out of the spotlight, but he's up there. He's a talented guy that you got to scheme for.
Number 7?
Yes.
Yeah, I got Jalen Hurts. No, just fucking.
I'm about to say you was joking. Jalen Hurts my ass.
I thought he was dead ass. I was gonna roll with it.
I thought he was too. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
But no, I got Justin, man. Justin Herbert. I got him at 7. I see. I saw in the chat a lot of people were blaming the coach, and they were blaming the defense for why they didn't make the playoffs, et cetera, et cetera. The talent is there. We've seen it. He definitely ascended in year one. After they knocked out or punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung or whatever it was, but now, man, I think it's time to cement yourself in that top 10 conversation. Because there's a lot of trash outside of there's quite a few people that are not good outside of the top 10. He should definitely be in the top 10 conversation every year moving forward. And this year is the year to kind of go in and solidify himself on that list.
I got Josh Allen. I think that Josh Allen, he relies a lot on his physical strength to be better or as good as he is now. I'm not sure how long that will transfer over. I do think that he's a great talent, but I think right there at 7 is kind of where he would top out at for me.
Oh, you very low on Josh Allen.
I am. He ain't
Last year, people said that was like
MVP. Great white hype. Like he get a lot of. I think he get a lot of credit because physically, you usually don't see white boys like do what he does.
Ben Roethlisberger early on.
Well, not athletically running the football like that. Like he ain't as fast.
He ran over.
Strong.
He didn't run past.
Yeah,
I couldn't get by you, but I was like over you.
Cornbread fed. Even Josh Allen though got a gear to him though. Like he even got like where if he get in the open field, you kind of see people ducking off, not want to tackle him. That's what make him 7 on my list. I'm not sure how long he can depend on that though. So
that's
I would
low,
put him
bro.
there.
That's low, bro.
Hey,
That
look,
dude would have been Super Bowl champion.
all I know is that
he wouldn't have been
One for
shit.
Patty Mahomes.
He wouldn't have been shit.
If he
I'll
won
tell
that
you
game.
And again, before you get to it, I push that on. Like, I wouldn't feel as confident as the other 6 people I have in front of him at quarterback. I got 6 people in front of him that I would feel way more confident
That's fair.
with having them back there.
all I know is that Pat Mahomes should be top 3 on that list. And this man went toe to toe with this guy. Throw for throw, play for play. Like, how did he do that? How did the hell he do that? It is what it is. Number 7.
Number 7, I got Thomas Patrick Brady. Going against going against the grain right now.
Oh my god!
I gotta see who's up on your list. Because Dak was what, 8?
Yeah,
Dak was 9.
that's disrespectful.
Dak was 9.
That's
Russell was
disrespectful
8.
as hell.
Russell was 8.
Brady 7.
And Tom Brady 7.
That's
7.
disrespectful.
I ain't gotta
as
say
hell.
much
That is
about it.
disrespectful.
That's
That
not
man-
disrespectful.
that man-
Brady
that
is 7.
man
Tom
won the
Brady
Super
is
Bowl
7,
2 years
bro.
ago. Let
That
the
is
league in passing.
If
and
you're starting
touchdowns
franchise right now, you taking Brady first
all the
Yes.
time.
You breaking Brady second.
If
Man,
you
got
can hate him
same
all day, you
thing,
still
bro.
gotta
Nah,
take him.
There's gonna be 7 QBs. You like, all right, I'm gonna fuck with him.
No,
It's not.
no,
How?
Right at this stage of his career, yes. I said we talking about 2022, 2023.
If we're
yes.
talking,
What did he do last
one year
year?
to win the Super Bowl, yes. If
we
we're
strapping
talking
it-
5 years, of course, there's a lot of guys I take over Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We're talking,
We're
we
talking
got to
one
win
to
this
next
year.
year.
projecting
to win the Super
I'm
Bowl.
projected now to the future.
Nick,
Tom Brady is falling.
Who led the league last year in touchdown?
Don't care. Who
Oh,
led the
you
league?
don't care,
Who led the league in
Now
Super
we don't
Bowl
care.
wins? Was that Brady?
Yeah, he could lead it in rings.
Yeah.
That's what he lead.
No, I'm talking about-
He got more than Burrow.
Right.
So does Matt Stafford. Okay.
Who you got next?
I already know who your number 1 is.
Josh Bros, real quick, Nick. Josh Bros, King, DJ813. I do have your super chat star here. We'll get those after we finish the list. Appreciate you.
Number 6, I have Joe Burrow. Went to a Super Bowl last year. You know what I'm saying?
He's 5 places too low on your list.
Really? I thought he was 1. Absolutely.
Joe Burrow is definitely top 6 in the league.
You got Joe
At-
Montana
at
at 1,
number
don't
6.
you?
He's the NFL Macaulay Culkin, bro. When he home alone, it's scary. It's scary.
How long you thought of that?
It just came to me.
Okay.
But,
That's why I was.
It's the Hennessy.
That's why I was
It's real
real
mid. It's real mid, like the movie. But I will say, I think Joe Burrow is going to utterly shock the league this year offensively.
How?
Because the offense is going to be humming.
It was last year.
It was shaky at first because they only won 10 games last year. People quiet as kept. It wasn't like they won a lot.
They got hot.
They got hot later on the
Yeah.
season. I'm talking about from start to finish. People are going to be like, we can't really fuck. Like, we should not really sleep on these niggas, bro. They got weapons everywhere. Hayden Hurst, I think, is going to have a breakout year at the tight end position because that's all they was missing, somebody like him. I think the run game is going to be good. You already know how I feel about Joe Mixon. Jamar Chase speaks for himself. I think T. Higgins is going to have a great year. I think Tyler Boyd, I think they're going to have a triplet of 1,000-yard receivers. I think Joe Burrow is going to be, you talking about dotting niggas up? Joe Burrow is going to be dot. End of sentence.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Top 6 right now.
But the league is watching.
Of course. Well, hey, we went to a Super Bowl already. How many eyes is more on the Super Bowl than that? You tell me, Lou. How many more eyes we need in the Super Bowl show?
But we all know.
And we know he was one throw away from winning that
when
bitch.
You go to the Super Bowl.
He was one throw. Hey, FIFA, was he not one throw away from winning that bitch? Was he not one? Hey, he had motherfucker Ramsey on the ground, Chase wide open. If it wasn't for the great Aaron Donald, a black man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Lou.
My number 6, Russell Wilson. I think that they have the possibility to win that division. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this year. He's been shackled by bad coaching in Seattle. I don't think that Pete Carroll was
conservative coaching.
Conservative.
I don't like the
That's
cynical.
a great word. That's a great word. Absolutely. I think that Judy. I think that the other guy, what's his name? The other receiver, Cortland Sutton. I think that they're going to do well. They said that he's been clicking really well with Judy. I think you're going to have a career year from Russell Wilson this year. They might win that division, actually.
Possible. So definitely possible.
Number 6, I have Matt Stafford.
the first white man on the list. No, second.
Okay, yeah.
Second.
We
My
got
bad.
there. We
I
finally.
missed the
I told you it was
first
gonna lighten up. The bleach coming.
Bleacher Report. That's what it is.
But yeah, Matt Stafford, man. A little lower because I think that elbow concerns me.
That scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, even though they're saying is much ado about nothing, but I think that I'm just a bit concerned. But I think in McVay's system, we saw he played really, really well. Struggled a bit towards the end of the season in terms of interceptions and stuff like that. But I mean, we saw him when it matters the most. And that drive that he did to put them up, to put Aaron Donald in a position to seal the deal. Aaron Donald wouldn't be in that position if it wasn't for Matt Stafford.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, what?
Somebody got to throw it.
Because that throw he threw to Cooper Kupp.
You talking about the no look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That good shit. So yeah.
I saw him defender.
Nah,
I saw him
bro.
throw 2 picks too.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
hey.
he. What we talking
It's
about?
not if you throw them, it's when you throw them.
What do you guys
I'd rather you
constantly
not
preach
throw him at
about?
all.
What do you guys constantly preach about?
Surround
What are
yourself
you
with the most
doing
talented
when it
people.
matters the most?
Yep.
Facts.
All right, that's what
100.
he did. He got him the lead. Aaron Donald, what do you do when it matters the most? Aaron Donald came in and he handled his business to make sure that Stafford didn't waste it. So I got him at 6.
I had Stafford at 6, and mine I felt was a little too high because of the elbow. I am more concerned with that elbow than probably most. I was concerned with the way he played last year. I didn't think I thought he flashes now. He got talent all day long, but those interceptions concern me. Without such a strong defense, without such a strong supporting cast, it might not have been as pretty. So I think this year, it's going to be interesting to see how he responds with this elbow stuff.
Everybody talking about what the man can't do. I'm gonna talk about what the man did. Matt Stafford at number 6 because he fucking won a Super Bowl.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Look, he changed the narrative in 1 year, and all he has to do is get back to the playoffs to be able to change damn near a career narrative because it makes the damn Lions look that much more worse. You had this guy with this type of arm in his prime physical youth, and now McVay's getting him on the tail end, and we're doing this. What's wrong with y'all? Let's talk about what Matt Stafford does do well. He is a gunslinger. He's gonna throw some picks. Right? He got a big arm. He see a window this big. Yeah, I'm gonna get it there. I'm fine with that. Right. The thing is about making the plays when they matter. What was the one thing that I had that I always said about Tony Romo? It's Tony Ono. Not because he threw the picks, when he threw them fucking picks, bro. You're human. And these guys on defense, they get paid a lot of money to do amazing things. So I'm fine with turnovers. I'm fine with all of that type of stuff. It's when it matters most, are you making the plays to win the game, especially at the quarterback position? Matt Stafford in this one season with McVay, with that team, showed that. So I'm a believer. He won a Super Bowl. He got to be in the top 10, obviously. At number 5, It's a player that if he's lower than this, you're being disrespectful. This is as disrespectful as I could get toward this player.
Josh Allen.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady. So just led the league. How? What is he? 52? Y'all went to high school together. That motherfucker old as hell, bro. Tom Brady out here really balling with the youngins, man.
Outballing the youngins.
Outballing a lot of youngins, dog. Like, and the thing is look, we typically see a drop off, and Tom Brady never had the biggest. He never had Matt Stafford's arm, but he still has it on the ball. Like, you can't say, there's a drop off. Yeah, is he older and slower and more brittle potentially? Of course, motherfucker, 50 something, 40 something, of course. But when we're talking about playing the position of quarterback, getting the ball where it needs to go, being on top of it, having enough physicality to dominate the game.
You said all that shit like he ain't throw 3 picks in the NFC title game against Green Bay. Are you kidding me? I'm saying everything I'm saying. If you put fucking Jameis Winston back with the Bucks, they're not even. This is a whole different. Is this not a whole different Bucks team than the one Jameis Winston was on?
It's different.
Why?
Yeah, because you can't disrespect Tom Brady with putting that
No.
trash.
But why did the roster turn over?
Follow the leader. Piper.
Hey, bro. Hey, I like the way you hoop. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to come ball with me? Yeah, I bet.
Of course.
Hey, GM, pay this man. Hey, bro. Yeah, I know they don't love you down there, bro, in Jacksonville. Yeah, come run for us, bro. You. What other quarterback that we have not named?
Where were they at in New England?
Huh?
Where were they in New England last year?
Bill Belichick controlled all that.
It wasn't Tom Brady.
So
was not Tom
Belichick
Brady.
was the reason why they didn't win.
What I'm saying is Bill Belichick is the reason why Tom Brady didn't have weapons.
Why they didn't win? What do you mean?
I was saying because the last year he was there. He was talking about Brady's a leader.
Bill
He brings people there.
Bill Belichick.
Where was those weapons at?
That's why he got out.
Exactly. Bill Belichick controlled.
So you saying he was the reason?
power
So you
struggle.
saying that it was the reason why they was limited?
Bill Belichick has yet to draft a wide receiver in the first round.
He did that. That was
Bill
with Brady too.
Bill Belichick has yet to.
That was with
court.
Brady too. What was the difference between that and
Bill
Brady?
Belichick has yet to court a top tier wide receiver not named Randy Moss. Bill Belichick is an issue, but he also
Did they win
solves a
Super
lot of
Bowls
problems.
after Randy Moss?
Bill
They didn't even
Belichick.
win a Super Bowl with
Bill
Randy Moss.
Belichick
No.
is
They
Bill
went 19
Belichick
and
is
over.
amazing, the best overall head coach to ever coach in this league. Give him all the props. Tom Brady is arguably the best quarterback to ever play, but we saw the difference. This man got on the phone and got guys there that made sense for how he want to play. AB, ain't nobody gonna pick up AB now. Only Tom Brady has that much cachet in the league to be like, hey,
That's
you
not-
don't want Tom Brady? Or you don't want
That's not a
AB?
good pick
Hey,
to
AB, you
talk
want to
about.
who? Hey, AB, you want to play? Let's go.
He's
That's
going
not
he's
a
going
good play to
touchdown
pick
Super
up.
Bowl.
But all right, let's move on. Who you got at number 5, show?
Number 5, I got Joey B. I think Joey Burrow he showed me a lot this year. He really, really did, and I think he's going to have a good season. I really do. I don't think it's going to be as dominant as you think, Nick. I really don't. And the only reason I say that is because I think teams are going to be woke and they're going to be ready to play them boys. I think it's going to be tougher than it was last year.
That schedule's horrendous. They got a Super Bowl schedule.
Right. And so in saying that, I think it's going to be tough, but I think he's going to show up in a lot of games that he's supposed to show up in. And that's what he does. He you can hate him all you want to. He's going to make a play. So in saying that, he's my 5.
What about you, Ken?
Number 5, I have Josh Allen. I think he's made some really immense strides during his career. Coming in, not being able to throw. Well, he had the arm power, the strength, but he was bad. But he showed a lot last year, and he's improved. I think a lot should be attributed to those coaches, and I think he solidified himself in the top 10 discussion. So he's right now at the top 5 for me. And I don't think it's nothing to do with that game. I think that game is more of an anomaly. But I think it showed that he
ain't scared of the moment.
Yeah. So we'll see what he do this year.
You got a 5, Lou.
Justin Herbert is 5 for me. I think that he can potentially be one of those guys that'll be number 1 at the list at some point in time. But he definitely is number 5 based off the talent. I think the coaching gets more footing. His first year last year made a lot of mistakes that Justin Herbert had to bear the brunt of out there on the field, but he balled his ass off. Absolutely. He got the talent around
Wins
him.
and losses.
He got, again, coach 1 year more experience. He got another year experience under his belt. I think that he's going to be a strong contender this year.
And you got a new nickname.
What's that?
Projection Lou.
Projection.
Projection Lou.
Having Justin Herbert at number 5, that's insane. Number 5, I got Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson should be unequivocally a top 5 QB on everybody's list. I think his presence alone on that team, he literally saved John Harbaugh's job. John Harbaugh would not be there if Lamar Jackson did not get drafted when Ozzie Newsome left. He would not. So I want people to understand that. That's why I preach about him so much. That's why I hope he gets over $250 million guaranteed in his contract. That's why he deserves all his coins and his roses now, because they was 8-4 with nobody there. I don't think you could put anybody in that situation, not Tom Brady, not Josh Allen, and say win with this team and get us well over 500 in the AFC North. So with that being said, Lamar Jackson is a top 5 QB. At number 4, I'll give you the white boy Josh Allen and I'll move on.
That's funny. Number 4 for me is Joseph Burrow. Burrow balled out last year. That offense, I think, to your point with the 3 Higgins and Chase,
Jamar.
like
Tyler Boyd.
They're gonna ball this shit. The line is better. I think Burrow is really gonna come to play, even with the eyes on him being in the Super Bowl,
He ain't
even
scared,
being
bro.
gunned for. That's it. That's exactly what I was about to say. He got the attitude of like, bring it on. Like, if y'all come on, motherfucker. And I like that about him. That's probably my favorite attribute, other than having a legendary talent, Jamar Chase out there on it. Yeah. So,
Lamar Jackson at 4. And he probably would be higher if he didn't get hurt last year. But I mean, everybody know what it is, man. We seen the talent. We seen what he's able to do without receivers and shit like that. He's making like Mark Andrews look legit. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with Bateman out there. And I think really honestly the biggest interest that he's facing right now is just coaching, and it's that OC and Harbaugh too, because I ain't letting him off the hook because he keeping fucking what's his name, Greg Roman around. So yeah, both of them. So but yeah, contract year, so he wants that $250 million that
I'm scared of him playing this year. Though,
I am too. And
they're not gonna give him no money before the season starts.
And he said they ain't offering $250 yet. He said it today in the tweet.
Let me ask y'all this though. Do you think that a team with the type of salary cap space isn't going to sign that man for $250?
That's a lot of money, bro.
They posted.
He said they didn't offer it to him.
He said
I
they
wouldn't
ain't
offer
offering
it to him.
I know the Ravens have. So you mean to tell me
He'll get what he wants.
Okay, hold on.
Bro,
They put him in a.
give me a price. Give me annual. What's that?
I think the Jets would pay $250 or $260.
Yes.
They put a
The
picture.
Giants would.
The Dolphins would too.
Well, I don't know about the Giants because I don't know.
Dolphins ain't got that type
How much
of
is
money.
that a
They
year?
put
That's
40
about
plus.
That's less than 60.
It's 40 plus.
they make away.
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
do
yeah.
it.
They posted
they'll move
48.
the money
They
around.
posted a picture of him
Can't
with
do
the
it.
Dolphins
48.
uniform
Especially
today. He
with
liked
like
the
a
picture.
I mentioned the Jets because most of their players are probably gonna be drafted, so they're young and they on rookie deals. And anybody else they about to roll off those contracts anyway. They wasn't helping
That's
them
a
win anyway.
lot of fucking money.
But he's worth it.
But Kat,
For the Jets,
he's worth it because he's running around on the fucking field.
What-
5 years at 250, you're gonna get older, and then
the Jets don't have the requisite pieces to be like, okay, this is a.
they got
future
more
here.
than Baltimore.
so you're saying
They
you
got
wouldn't
Corey
pay him? Are you
Davis. They
saying
got
you wouldn't
Garrett
pay him?
Wilson. They got what's his name? Elijah Moore. They have CJ Uzama, who was with the Bengals last season. They got decent. Wow. They got
O-line.
some running back. I'm talking about running back.
Yeah.
To me. They need.
Well, they drafted Brees Hall.
We got to see how he is.
Oh,
But they
he
still,
got-
but the O line still needs to be restructured. But
They
still,
got two good old linemen.
They got pieces.
Elijah Vera Tucker and Mekhi.
I'm just saying they got more than what the Ravens got.
But I don't. I have to look at the salary cap that the Miami Dolphins have. If the Dolphins can afford that,
I don't know if they could with Tyreek and all
yeah,
that.
I don't think they can either. Just off of the salaries I know that they have, I don't know. But this is the NFL.
They'll make it work.
They'll make it work.
Yes.
They'll make it work. So it depends on the team. We talking the Dolphins with them.
And like I said, they posted a picture of him in the Dolphins jersey, and he liked
the picture
today.
That's they in negotiations though.
Yeah,
You gotta
of course.
do that.
That's all that is.
it'll be dope if he got it.
But
I love to be in Miami more than Baltimore too.
yeah, my fear
For real.
though is the receivers. I want Bateman to be nice, but we just don't know what he has. That's all.
I don't know the scheme, so Bateman could be nice, but we won't even know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we wouldn't know. My number 4 was Josh Allen. And the reason being is you said it wasn't because of that game. You put him where you did. Mine is I think that's going to do a lot to bolster his confidence. And he's been chomping at the bit, I'm sure, to get back out there and pick up where he left off. Now, he wasn't up there, the first half of the season. He didn't have the best of seasons. But I think that game was a turning point for him to be. He taught himself that I belong. I'm not afraid. You know what I'm saying? And now he's going to come out there and have a good year, I think. I think that with those guys, those receivers he has, him and Diggs are going to put it together like they always do.
For me at number 4, give me your guy, Joe Burrow. He is the football equivalent of Clint Eastwood. When I seen that man came to the Super Bowl or one of those playoff games with that jacket, like, oh, he got swag. Like it's not pretend swag.
Like,
You got real swag. Like you swaggy,
That's
dog.
real.
Like you know what I'm saying? You feeling yourself, and I like
it. Ain't for TV.
It ain't for TV. It's really who you is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I saw that, and the fact that they went as far, and remember when the playoffs happened, Nick, I said the Bengals do have an opportunity to go. I don't think they're gonna do it, but they do. And the main reason is Joe Burrow. No O-line. I think, look, Joe Burrow, what he did, he set the bar for all you young behind me. Herbert, oh yeah, 5,000 yards, that's nice. Get to the Super Bowl. Kyler, oh, you need to be studying because you can make it to the Super Bowl. All of them youngins, bro. You 3 years or less. Oh, you instant. No O-line, no weapon.
I think he even put it on Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You going toe
To a
for
degree.
toe with Patty, nigga. I beat Patty. Say what's up. Say something.
To a degree. We'll get there. But I think Joe Burrow he has set the standard for what a young quarterback is supposed to go for a number 1 quarterback coming in and what the expectation is. He set the expectation. That definitely is a perfect segue to my number 3 quarterback because it's all about expectations because realistically, this quarterback should be number 1. Aaron Rodgers. As long as he's been in the league with as much experience and IQ you have, he should be unequivocally number 1 on this list because we're talking physical talent, we're talking IQ, we're talking about all those things. There's no way in hell he should lose to that 49er team the way he looked in that game. Not when you're a back-to-back MVP. And here's the thing. I can't use weather against you, bro. That's your whole
in
field.
Green Bay, exactly.
That's Lambeau. If anybody should be able to run around and throw and do all that type of stuff, and Lambeau should be you. What? They didn't even score 15 points that game. That's a problem.
You got outdueled by Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
That's nuts.
Come on. So to me, obviously number 3, he's top 2, top 3, top 1 quarterback. Wherever you want to put him, I'm fine with it. But for me, it's the expectation that holds him down because Tom Brady has won how many Super Bowls? You got 1? And you're physically that much better than that guy? There's no, and I'm not saying he should have win as much as Tom, but you should have 2 or 3.
At least should have been
The only I agree with everything you said. The only thing I will say is NFC was a lot harder when Rodgers was there during that heyday than when Brady was in the AFC.
I give you that.
Full beans. Brady only had to get through Pittsburgh, Baltimore. He had to get through one division, just Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
100.
Every now and then you see Indy,
What the Chargers?
and every now and then there was the
Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers ain't do shit.
Col-
He was no way
the
near
Colts-
anyways
The
opposed to.
Colts. What I'm saying is that Philip Rivers played in a lot of AFC championships.
He did, but he ain't do shit.
I
None of them.
feel you, but I'm saying that was a tough team though, because Tom Brady isn't playing Philip Rivers. Tom Brady's playing that defense.
I know, and they were some tough San Diego defense that Tom Brady somehow, some way, consistently
100%.
got by. So
100%.
they weren't that tough.
The NFC was tougher, 100%. I'm not trying to make an argument for the AFC being tougher, but the AFC at the top was no joke. That's all I'm saying. But he should have more. Aaron Rodgers should have more.
He should have more.
My number 3 was tough. It was real tough to come up with these top 3, but mine is Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh,
That's too low.
disrespect.
That's so disrespectful, bro.
What?
Y'all, yeah,
I gotta know
it's
your
so-
2 and 1.
it's
If you have
so it's
Brady
so
at 1,
funny that on this show
you gonna need to take that.
we
hat off.
talked about Patrick being through. Did we not talk about that?
Ain't nobody say
I
that.
didn't say that.
I don't know
Who
who
said
said
it,
that.
Ken?
You must have said it.
I
You
didn't
asked
say
it.
it.
Everybody
You
else.
No, I didn't say it. What we talking about? That?
Q, I question him for sure.
All I said was that as long as Patty cuts down the turnovers, he's fine. He's just doing stupid.
I'm gonna go back and look, but yeah, that's part of the reason. The fact that he was so shaky at certain points, which I still think.
But he still got to the title game.
That's what I'm saying. Between 1 and 3 for me is.
Now you picked the
fluid
for a reason.
But I picked him. Yeah, the only reason I put him there is because of how shaky it was at times, and you're losing a Tyreek Hill. You losing a player like that, that's gonna be tough to come back from. And the only reason is because you freelanced a lot. Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, they played a little freelance ball.
You listening?
It's
to
gonna
the media
be tough,
now, boy.
They did. I'm
saying you saying him freelancing.
They did, and he was the best at it. He made it work.
It looked like freelancing, but that's scheme. That's all practice.
Tyreek Hill would run around in zigzag sometimes. Just get open, and I'll find you.
No, I'm not talking about the Tyreek Hill style. I'm just talking about just him as a QB.
Oh, no, not him as a QB. I'm talking about when the plays break down and something got to happen. They freelanced it, and they made stuff happen. That part of his game is going to suffer because these guys that he has now can't do that. Now, I'm not saying the whole scheme was that way. No. I put Andy Reid as my number one coach for the reason I like what they do. I like the way they play their offense. But the fact that when plays breaks down, Tyreek Hill was the one that was recipient of a lot of those big plays. He don't have him to do that right now.
Who's a better duo between head coach and QB besides Patty and Andy Reid?
Probably none.
And you got him at 3.
Yes.
All right, okay.
Based off how he played this year. Did you not watch the game?
I'm just saying.
Did you watch him in the 2 games? No. I got one question for you.
I just didn't know it was going to be
the person you hated the most. The person you hated the most.
Who is that?
Justin Herbert. How did he play against Patty Mahomes? Who was better in those games this last year?
I don't remember those games because Justin Herbert.
We talked about it last week.
Ken, who you got at number 3?
I got Joe B, baby. I got Joe.
All right, now I'm worried. Now I'm worried, bro. When everybody talk, they got him higher than me.
You shouldn't be worried about me though, Nick.
Because whenever you come around, I'm like, oh, there's a black cloud about to come around.
Because I everybody know, man, following the show, man, since LSU. Like I've been watching this guy. I mean, I was like, man, that guy different, man. He got it. And I just been talking about. I was so disappointed he got hurt, man, because we didn't get a chance to see it. We had to listen to this nigga. Talk shit about it.
He was talking mad cash shit.
I did.
Yeah, he's come around though.
I don't know.
But nah, man, it's just like he just different, bro. And I know you said he kind of put like every other young QB on notice, but not a lot of them motherfuckers got what he has. And I think that makes a difference. They have talent, but sometimes there's something about like confidence to go to the Super Bowl and was really, really close to winning that bitch. To overcome the Titans, to beat Patrick Mahomes. We were talking about a guy that almost beat him. Y'all talk about this guy that almost beat him.
That's what I be trying to say.
He number 4 on the list and shit
That's
like
what
that.
I be trying
and the guy that actually beat the motherfucker gets no love.
No love at all.
Joe B, man. Joe B he's elevated. He's moved up. So I fucks with Joey hard, bro.
Mine is Aaron Rodgers for a lot of the same reason that FIFO said. I think we have the benefit of seeing Aaron Rodgers from week to week, so we rate him a little higher than once he's done playing, he's going to be rated. All his contemporaries have been to more Super Bowls. They won more Super Bowls. But we see him on a weekly basis making throws and comebacks and shit it's great. But overall, you're talking about 1 ring. And when you're talking about 1 ring from somebody that's that talented, like every year he should be number 1 on all of these lists, but he's not. And it's hard for me to forgive him for that playoff loss that they just had where you can't put up 15 points in a playoff game. And now you practice in the offseason by going to do ayahuasca in the jungles of the Amazon. And then I just seen him sitting talking to Joe Rogan for 3 hours. He was still mad about the vaccine shit. So I have a hard time thinking that he's going to pull it all together this season.
You said that like he didn't win back-to-back MVP.
It's great white hype.
Ooh.
I just don't. I feel like we've seen the best Aaron Rodgers.
Shit, that's not a hot take.
That could be true. That could be true. It's hard to say that back-to-back MVP, but it could be true.
So you saying the best football is ahead of him?
I think that he
still got it.
He's on that LeBron plane where it's like,
of course, it's a
0.1
drop.
It's higher than everybody else still, but it's not going up.
It's
just right here. It ain't coming down yet. I don't think he'll be down for the next 2-3 years.
I think he's like 0.2. Like he's at 100%. He's like 99.8.
He be right, but my thing is like he's right there knocking at the door. It ain't like the nigga like it ain't like he was like Brady last year who wouldn't even make it to the title game.
I'll say
like,
this: I don't see him going to another Super Bowl.
Nope.
Period for the rest of his career.
I don't know. The
I'm
NFC
with
got a
that.
little light. The NFC got a little
I
light.
don't see.
I agree with that.
I don't see him ever going back to another Super Bowl.
And I'm gonna say for one reason, $50 million.
Yeah, he
He's
makes
about
too
his
much money.
50. He makes too much
Who else
money.
they paying? Who else they paying on that team?
That whole defense.
That's the point.
Well, not the whole defense, but a lot of the defenders.
Number 3, I got Matt Stafford.
Oh my.
I think.
Okay, that's a bit high.
Well, I did say that his elbow injury does worry me. I think if he can get over it, because they say he still got zip. That's what they say in LA. They say he still got zip. If he can get over the elbow injury and it's not an issue, this roster is still a Super Bowl roster. You still got Aaron Donald. You did lose Von Miller. Yet the NFC's got a little bit weaker, at least to me, because I think all the quarterbacks is on the AFC. They added
Bobby
Allen,
Wags.
They added Allen Robertson. They added Bobby Wags. So now you lost Von Miller. I think Bobby Wags is even better.
Yeah.
Bobby Wags is still my favorite linebacker this century.
So you say bet? That's hard for me to agree to that
because they didn't have anybody in. You know how I love linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have nobody in the middle really controlling shit. They really just had Aaron Donald and whatever Von Miller could give them. Because Von Miller didn't really pop off into the playoffs if we want to keep it a full beam.
To me, Von Miller was an instant success for them because of the presence of Aaron Donald. You can't double team two people.
And that's what my thing is more. If you have the pressure, Aaron Donald, the throws that people have to make, you still got Bobby Wag in the middle of the field, telling people where to go, telling people where to be.
I think Bobby Wagner is a better overall player right now, but I think Von Miller's better at doing the one thing he does.
Von had more impact.
Yeah,
we'll see this season. This season will tell because they won a Super Bowl. So I'm not trying to say they're going to go back to the Super Bowl. But I think the only thing that's stopping them is Matt Stafford. Get over this elbow. I think they could be still a top 3, top 2 team in the NFC, like knocking at the door. If not again at another Super Bowl. They still got Sean McVay at play caller. The running backs are coming back healthy. Cam Akers, Henderson and stuff like that. They still got weapons. They still got Cooper Kupp. Like I just think that Matt Stafford is good.
Well, Rob makes a good point. Outside of him being a champ, 3-game winning drives in the playoffs. So yeah.
So I got Matt Stafford at 3. Number 2, I got Aaron Rodgers. Even off the perk, he's still back-to-back MVP. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, bro. If you're a functioning addict to that level,
a functioning addict.
I'm just saying.
Why you being hyperbole at the moment?
If we're just now hearing about it, he been doing it.
He probably just did it before.
He's in Wisconsin. What else he doing? So again,
Ayahuasca.
white man in the woods. You talking about that shit? The white man in the woods. It's the scariest thing. With that long hair, you know he doing that shit. This motherfucker back-to-back MVP be knocking at the door. Granted, he has his playoff woes. I forgot who has better playoff career record since that Super Bowl than him.
Probably Jimmy G.
Probably Jimmy G.
Yeah, no, Jimmy G does.
I think it may be even Jimmy G. It may even be surprising. Lamar maybe have a better playoff record.
There's a lot of quarterbacks with a better playoff
so
record.
Like
than Aaron Rodgers.
it doesn't look good to playoff, but again, this is just regular season that we're talking about. Projecting forward, if you want to say Super Bowl, that's fine. But for me, Rodgers is still number 2. Who else really better than him at that position that you taking over him? It ain't more than maybe 1 or 2, and that's maybe if you a hometown favorite. But I got Rodgers at 2.
I got Patty Mahomes at 2. I think he speaks for himself. The only way that you could put him 1 is if he had 6 rings. So I don't think that you could speak against him. He had a slip up last. Burrow was playing out of his mind as far as being one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But I think Patrick Mahomes still is going to show that he's a force in the league. I don't necessarily know if the Chiefs are going to perform like they've been performing in that division, but I do think that Patrick Mahomes is going to be a mainstay at the top of these lists. He's going to ball out again this year, do stuff that we haven't seen before, put that team in a position to be good. I'm not sure how good they'll be, though.
Yeah, I got Aaron Rodgers second, too. I don't really need to say more. I mean, you know, he still can play on the elite level. You know, so I mean, he just got to get over the hump, you know, and stop blaming everybody else for his faults. Like, bro, you did mislead the media. It's nobody's fault.
Definitely lied.
Yeah.
So give me him at number 2.
He said on Joe Rogan that he did that so people would ask another probing question. I was expecting people to follow up. Shut up,
Man, I got Aaron Rodgers at 2, and the only reason I got him there is a 37-4 touchdown interception ratio. is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But my fear is you lost not just your one A, B, C, D, E. You lost everything when you gave up Devontae Adams. That's scary. To replace that, I don't know how you can.
It wasn't winning with him. So.
Facts. And he did drop that ball in the end zone that could have, scored.
That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying he's
Man.
shitty or not. I'm saying like it didn't affect the winning.
In the playoff game.
Yeah, it didn't affect the winning.
Versus Brady, I think. After Brady threw in 3 interceptions.
So for me at number 2, I got Trey Lance. I'll fuck with that.
You got to go stop.
Yo, you got me.
I know you got to.
Y'all both got me.
Because he looked at me dead in my eyes and he was like, "Nick, I know
Y'all
you
both
know.
got
I
me.
hope you know I play."
His arm.
Because I had about 5 hot ones ready,
Bro.
I'm very high on Trey Lance, but definitely he's not top 10. He might not even be top 15.
Oh man, that was a good one.
But
You see what he said? He might not be top 15. He trying to sneak him in
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
better
not be.
He better than what most
Put him in
niggas.
there.
Stay tuned for the season.
but at number 2, give me Josh Allen, man. We talking about prototype size. We're talking prototype size. We're talking everything you want in an arm, and we're talking about the intangibles, right? Like when you draft somebody, they're not the finished product, right? Like they're a little bit of a piece of clay. You got to mold them into what you need them to be, but that has a lot of self-motivation built in. And to make the strides that he's made, that's a lot of internal stuff. I'm not taking anything away because I know Ken talked about the coaching, and the coaching staff definitely needs to get a lot of praise for that.
Yeah.
But it starts from within. Like you have to want to get better. You have to put in the work. You're the one that has to get up early. You're the one that has to go through the drills. You're the one that has to deal with the nagging injuries and pain that comes with playing NFL football. And because he's been able to overcome all that, and in all honesty, that's one of the best games that I've ever seen in playoff football. Him and Patty Mahomes going back to back, like incredible play after incredible play. Like, he go, oh shit, there he did get that. Like, to me, I can't unsee that, and because I can't unsee that, I'm like, okay, if I don't take Patty or Aaron, who's the next guy? Shit, it's not close. I feel like to me, Josh Allen is starting to thrust himself into that plateau of. Yo, like if it ain't this guy or that guy, that's the consensus. Who else? And I think the who else is Josh Allen right now. So that's my number 2. Number 1, Pat Mahomes, bro. What is we talking about? What is we talking about? Because look, ain't much more I gotta say. I've been long-winded with everybody. Pat Mahomes, man, number 1.
Tom Brady's my number 1. Tom Brady's my number 1. Led the league in touchdowns and yardage, and he's a winner. He won the Super Bowl the year before that. So it's Tom Brady.
Patrick Mahomes is my number 1.
Thomas Dimitrov Brady.
His name really ain't Dimitrov.
Y'all disgusting.
Bro, y'all are sickening.
That man said Dimitrov. Hell no.
That's your real pick?
That's my pick. I don't think no. If we're going into this season, you asked me who I would take for one season and had the most confidence in them at playing the position this break. I guess I don't even think there's no disputing that.
There's a lot to dispute.
No disputing that.
I feel like they always say that the most disrespected person in the world is a black woman. Right now, I'm putting a bid in for Patrick Mahomes because I got him at number 1.
How did the black woman come?
Yeah, I'm trying. What's the link?
Because all off season, ever since Tyreek Hill trade, people have been coming out the woodwork saying, "Bro, Patty." They were trying to say last season too. Patty, they saying like
shit,
they was trying to say the same shit they were saying. That's why I don't really believe that Kyler Murray shit, because they were saying the same thing about Pat Mahomes. Like, oh, he just now started reading defenses. Oh, he freestyles more. Like, there's scouts and like people in the NFL, like high executives saying like, oh, bro, if you take his first read away, he's really just the freestyle. Like, they shitting on this nigga who threw over 50 touchdowns, won an MVP, won a Super Bowl, was Super Bowl MVP. Just 2 seasons ago, Shelton mentions the Super Bowl that Brady won. He don't mention the year before that. Somebody else won that shit too. He don't mention that back-to-back. That nigga was in that Super Bowl too. And he'll mention that 4 times. Thomas Patrick Brady, whatever the fuck this nigga name is, ain't go to 4 title games back-to-back. Who else did that since Patty? I'm just saying.
Went to 8 Super Bowls.
This motherfucker is always one game away. Everybody talking
Who
about
almost-
Josh.
wait,
Everybody
wait,
talking about
wait.
Josh Allen.
Who's always one game
I ain't got
away?
no
He was in the
question about
AFC title game. He
Who's-
went to the Super Bowl.
Who's always one game away?
Patty. Ever since he's been a starter in the NFL, he's been just one game away.
That ain't good enough. That's why he's 2.
No, it's good enough to get a 2 Super Bowls and win 1, and it's also good enough to be number 1 on my list and should be number 1 on everybody else's list. Patrick Mahomes is a fucking gem that we need to cherish right now. Y'all been dick sucking Tom Brady for 25 years.
Chill vibes.
And
Brady did go.
We got
4
a
in a
new
row.
king in town, and y'all not recognizing his greatness. Does his baby look white? Yes, I'll say that. But outside of that,
Oh,
that's
tying the
Look,
black woman back into
That's
it.
it. That's how the black woman.
That's
back
that,
there.
yeah, that knocked it down just for that.
That's where I'll be like, all right, now something's afoot.
But they starting to treat him like a black man.
They
though.
treat him like a nigga. That's why I gotta come out.
That's
Ken,
what's happening,
You think
bro.
I never thought about it. I thought for how light
They
he
lighting his
was
ass
and
up.
how great he was. I
And
never
making
thought-
white kids.
I never. All he produces white children.
You thought he was in.
I thought shit. I thought he was.
He reproducing for them. We got us
Hey,
one.
what does that mean?
We got a black man that's making white babies.
I ain't seen a white baby from a black man since Michael Jackson.
He would be. Y'all right though. He would be if it wasn't for Thomas Brady.
All I'm
Like
saying,
you got the GOAT right there.
all
Like,
I'm
until
saying
he's
is that-
gone, then you're gonna start getting that
All
respect.
I'm
But
saying
until he's
is
gone,
that
it's gonna
Patty
be
Mahomes-
Thomas Brady.
Patty Mahomes is the number 1 QB hands down in the NFL.
I don't. And see, the thing about it is like I said, my 3 to 1, those 3 guys, you really they're interchangeable for me. It's just based off what the reason why I put the 2 that I put under Tom Brady is because they lost both of them lost key
They ain't
receivers.
that
For me.
interchangeable if they're in order.
Well, I had to put them in order.
All right.
Now you ask me who my favorite, that's a different discussion, and who I champion most of the time. That's a whole nother discussion. But like I said, you can't argue with success.
All right. Well, we're gonna get to. You had another topic real quick, and then we got like 8 super chats we need to get to before we get out of
We
here.
got a bunch of them.
Yeah, we do. So I'll read off some of these that are football related because the topic you had was basketball related,
Mhm.
and then there's one basketball super chat in here. Josh Rose, merchandise to Australia. I'll get back to you on that, but I believe so. But I need to just get some more details on that, and I'll let you know. So I'll try to have an answer for you next show. Kendrick. Oh, this is basketball, so we'll come back to that one. DJ813. Unpopular football opinions for the NFL season.
Unpopular. The Packers are gonna suck this year. Aaron Rodgers is gonna struggle. That's my unpopular pick.
Shit. What is one that
I got one. I just don't be wanting to say mine.
I think Lamar Jackson's gonna struggle this year.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
contract
contract
stuff
year?
is scary. That contract stuff, if
Okay.
they don't get this contract thing
I hope
resolved,
not.
it's gonna be some tight football play. It's gonna be tough.
I don't think Lamar Jackson the type of dude though to let that affect him.
That's 250 million though.
I'm with you on that. I think it'll be other reasons why they kind of struggle.
Oh, in the chat, I do take back the AFC. No one's gonna have 4 AFC title games since Brady, since Patty. Patty's the last. Brady was the last one to go to like 4 back to back. He went to 5 or some shit like that.
Then Jim
So I ain't just talking, y'all, but I'm just hot that y'all ain't respecting Patty.
by putting him at 2.
Both
I
Super
put him at
Bowl
1.
teams are gonna fall back.
That's your prediction.
Yeah,
She's like the
it most likely
Bengals
what happened.
and the Rams.
and the
both gonna be
Rams
worse.
both gonna fall way back.
Between the two, who makes it back
Back where?
to the Super Bowl?
Loser usually don't make it to the playoffs.
Neither one of them gonna make it to the Super
I'm
Bowl.
saying if you had to choose between the two, who makes it back?
Loser usually don't make it to the
But
playoffs.
the
next
Rams.
year.
I would think the Rams. And the only reason is because of
Super
how
Bowl hangover.
the AFC, how tough it is over there. It's gonna be tough on
Oh, you
that
saying the
side.
Rams go back?
Yeah.
You said the Rams too.
No, I think the Bengals.
You think?
Yes,
Oh. What would you say, Ken?
Nah, I would say the Rams would have a better chance of going back to the Super Bowl than.
No, I think they
the
miss
Bengals.
out. I think the Bengals gonna miss out. I'm
Oh.
agreeing with you that
Oh,
the
okay.
Rams
Okay,
will
yeah.
have a better season.
You say the same thing, Fivo?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Between the two, who more likely will go back to the Super Bowl, the Rams or the Bengals?
Rams, I think the AFC's tougher. I think the Bengals are better, but the AFC is that much tougher.
Just a comment. Botox Brady doesn't belong in the show.
His face looked crazy the other day.
Yeah, that's the only scary thing,
Man,
right?
that was scary. What the fuck wrong with Brady?
Yeah, Brady don't look
Did you
like
see
Brady.
It didn't look crazy to you?
Brady don't look like Brady.
Man, at the press conference.
Yeah, he
the
looks
other day,
weird. He
looked
looks
weird,
like
bro.
a Russian AI bot.
Look up
Yeah.
funny looking Brady.
Stephen A. Spliff, who had the most impressive MVP season in the last 10 years? He said he goes with Peyton, though AD comes close.
For me, I pulled that up because I saw it. I like that Cam Newton
Cam.
season. Yeah, that Cam season
was Cam.
in 2015 for me.
I knew you was gonna say Cam.
Nah, the reason why I said it is because in a lot of those games, I was like, we ain't winning this game. We had
Cam was spectacular that season.
who's our wide receivers again?
That's what I was about to say. Who was
Yeah.
the starting wideout, bro?
Yeah, we had Benjamin
Greg
Ginn.
Olsen.
Oh, Benjamin went down,
Yo,
so he was hurt. We had nothing.
Benjamin was a super.
Who was the running back?
Cam.
Joe was.
Yeah.
Damn, who was
So
that?
that's the only reason I say that is because he single handedly really led that bunch.
I like Patrick MVP season. I thought that was exciting
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't think we ever seen a black quarterback like that ever.
Still it.
Michael Vick.
Like what do you mean?
Like as a quarterback, like slinging that motherfucker as how he was slinging it, the way as creative he was, the no looks and all that shit, bro. We ain't seen that. Not from a person who looks like that doing it like that.
Yeah. No, I give you that, but to me, the more impressive season is the Cam Newton season because again, we know about Tyreek, Travis Kelce, the play caller and play designer. That is the great Mike or what's his name? Andy Reid.
Andy.
But when you look at that Cam season, it's like, bro, like he was legit Superman out there.
Slick did it by himself.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do in the
And he went to the
NFL.
Super
Man.
Bowl like that.
Almost won that. Bitch.
Almost
Almost,
won that thing. That's tough, bro. That 1 year took a good 5 years off his career. That 1 year.
And we were 15-1 that year. Like I said, that year was ridiculous. 15-1, that was ridiculous. I watch every one of those
He
games
was
every
almost
minute.
unstoppable that year. That
And
was like,
it was crazy.
it's a cheat code at quarterback.
Yep.
Mhm.
Josh Bros. How does Nick talk up Mahomes' team accomplishments, but won't give Brady any credit for his team's success? Come on, man.
Yeah, Nick.
What team accomplishments that they had without Patty?
He said you talking up Patty's team accomplishments, but you downplaying Tom Brady's.
What did I downplay?
That Tom Brady's the GOAT.
That was not what he said. That conversation ain't come up because
You downplaying
two
that
different
Tom Brady is
conversations.
the GOAT.
the team success between it's the same thing. It's between the head coach and the quarterback.
Dang.
I think he's saying that
Eric
Tom
Kirby
Brady
said,
made the Bucs successful.
Jim Kelly went to 4
The
straight
Bucks was
championship games.
we're going to be a success
Don't
regardless.
do that. Don't do that. They weren't. It was because
With the
Tom
team-
Brady
with the team
came
that
to
they-
town.
The team that they
Stop.
constructed, they was going to be not. Were they going to win a Super Bowl without Brady? Probably not.
To FIFO's point, that team was constructed by Brady, though.
Some of it was, yeah,
All of it.
not all of it.
I would say.
The positions that directly affect Tom Brady were picked.
He
by
got a wide receiver. He got a
Gronk, he
tight
got a
end.
wide
Who else
receiver.
did he get?
That line.
running back.
Who? Fournette.
Yep.
He also had a bunch of running backs. So which one are you talking about? The one he won a Super Bowl with?
Fournette's the one he called.
He's
So
the
they
one-
come.
He had other running backs come and
Who?
call too.
Okay.
He had LaShawn McCoy. Wasn't he?
Again, like I said,
Brady
the
didn't
people
make it
that
far.
he is going to directly affect, he picked.
All right. Abel K. When it's Allen versus Patty, Patty is better because he won the head-to-head. Brady beat Patty twice in the playoffs, so by y'all logic, he should be better. But not by my logic. I'm going
Not
with
by
the
my
black.
Did he get to a title game last year,
Who?
Brady?
No.
Okay.
And one of those games, that was an offside call that happened.
Yeah, that was
On that
clearly
interception.
outside. Everybody know that. That was
Yeah.
and they cheated and they changed the rules for the white boy, but not for that game when they should have changed the rules then because everybody wanted to see Pat. That was the year he won the MVP, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And nobody said not that damn thing because it was Thomas Patrick Brady. And y'all wonder why I don't like the nigga.
TPB.
So yeah, so that's his thoughts on that. Josh Bros again. Rank these 4 QBs based on how good you see them being. Huh?
That's a good question.
Yeah, the next 5 years. Tua, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, and Mac Jones.
I tell you, Zach Wilson is my number 4.
Damn.
For sure. Dang.
What was the list again?
Tua, Fields, Wilson, Jones.
Ranko.
Mhm.
Fields.
With the next 5 years. in
Next
mind.
5 years.
Give me Justin Fields number 1.
So at number
Mac
4,
Jones 2 or 3. And that's hard.
I'll go Matt Jones 1. I'll go Fields 2. I'll go Zach Wilson 3, and I go Tua 4.
I'm going 2-1 because they've already built something around him where the other ones don't really have nothing.
My only fear is they won't be patient with Tua. I always like Tua, but I just don't think they'll be patient with him. That's my fear.
He's looked good, and we'll see how the offense continues to progress. But he's the one quarterback out of these 4 that they have invested in saying, "Hey, we need you to be successful." The other ones, they're just kind of flailing. So number 1, I have Tua being the most successful. Number 2, I have Mac Jones just because of the infrastructure of the Patriots. Number 3, I got Justin Fields. Number 4, I got Zach Wilson.
Give me Justin, Mac, Zach, and Tua.
Give me Jones, Tua, Fields, Wilson. I think Fields could be number 1 on that list if he got drafted by the Patriots.
Yeah, he in a bad spot.
Shit, if he got drafted by the Dolphins, can you imagine Justin Fields with that roster? Like,
yeah, but the Patriots could have got him.
they ain't want
They could have traded up 4 or 5 picks.
2 more basketball questions, and then we get out of here. Or statement, actually, I think is one. What's up, Sheldon?
We get all those. We had a bunch of them up there.
Yeah, I thought I marked them all.
Rob Costa. Rob had his QB orders. It was 10 was David Carr, 9 was Dak, 8 was Kyler, 7 was Russell, 6 was Burrow, 5 was Stafford, 4 Lamar, 3 Allen, 2 Rodgers, and 1 Mahomes.
Herbert, huh?
I didn't have Herbert on my list either. Did anybody else? Who else had?
We them boys. We them boys said Kyler is good for the first half of the season. Abel K said, "Is Brady QB1 on in your list, Nick? Most QB wins."
He win last year.
Presto T asked a good question. He said, "Do you try to factor in who has better weapons, or just it is what it is?"
It is what it is.
It is what it is. At that point, you can't separate all that shit.
Yeah, when we're talking about by position, we're looking solely at that position.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that you had the perfect team around him.
Now you do the basketball stuff now.
Kendrick Nunn bumped his knee on a coffee table. We ain't seen him since. John Wall fell in the stairs. Banner Pro-Am won't help stop freak accidents. So that was a conversation you guys had earlier.
Those are freak accidents, though.
Yeah, it is.
Was this not?
This a freak accident?
No, because it was in the act of playing a game.
But
that
then
had
he
nothing
come
to do with
down weird. Did he roll the ankle?
He doing that at home?
It's not a freak accident when you take into account the other 2 that he listed. Those are freak accidents.
Those are freak accidents.
This happened while playing basketball.
You can't accidentally play basketball.
You can't accidentally play basketball, but he jumped up and came down and has a Liz Frank.
Playing
basketball. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
he ain't doing that while reaching to get a can of
concession stand, right?
If he did that then, I'm like, all right, Phil, I got you. Anything can
Right.
happen. You know, the world's crazy. But he did it playing a sport that he didn't get paid for at the time.
Right. Last question. Any thoughts on what Gil said about Giannis? Gil basically said, Gilbert Arenas, basically said that Giannis hasn't gotten better, doesn't know how to play basketball, he doesn't know how to train his body since he doesn't play 38 minutes a night like Bron.
It's the same nigga that shot himself in the locker room.
No,
no.
he shot
He brought
himself.
He brought a gun to the locker room.
He brought
Yeah,
guns to the
pull the
locker
guns out.
room because nigga owed him money.
Get a nigga all the money.
So
You
look,
gonna discredit his opinion?
No. I'm just making sure that we got context of who was this nigga criticizing.
I do think
NBA
there's-
champion.
There's some validity to what he said, though.
Not really.
Gilbert
Not at
Arenas
this
is
point.
hyperbolic when he says stuff, but he usually ain't wrong. To Ken's point.
I watched the No Chill Gil podcast. I'm a Gilbert Arenas fan. Hibachi. I love Gilbert. He's right about a lot, but he's not right about everything. Right? Like 2 years ago, I had that same take. Like everybody, people hate Giannis. No, motherfucker, he's not getting better. But after last season, not saying that he's fucking Chef Curry from the three, but he could shoot it now. And this season, I don't know if y'all saw him play in Greece in the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like he's hitting the three. He has a spin move. He has counters on the block now. He has enough handle to get where he needs to. Is he ever going to be Kyrie? Hell no. Is he ever going to be LeBron with the passing? Hell no. But he has enough of everything, and then he's a freakish body and athlete that it just makes up for everything else he doesn't have.
I feel like he's getting better at the appropriate rate. I feel like if you calling him out, you nitpicking. I don't think that Gilbert.
What is it a nitpick? The nigga won how many MVPs?
Because they would have won. They would have won the title this year.
Take out the attributes and all the other stuff. He's talking about his ability to play the game of basketball.
What did he average in that Boston series? 30, 15, and 12?
He's talking about not all of the stats that he can put up in his
skill
sleep.
sets. Skill sets.
He was shooting threes.
Let's not do the Twitter thing. Let's focus specifically on what he's talking about. The skill set of what Giannis can do.
He's
on
built
the court.
on his skill set every year that people been calling him out.
What is he built on? What is
he built on his shooting? He built on his mid range. He built on his free throws.
Because I'm looking
we
right
literally
now.
see this nigga shoot free throws when he couldn't shoot free throws, trying to practice on it.
Yeah, he went from
got
68% free throw shooting to 72, which is good.
What about his 3-point percentage?
Went down.
What about his
from 30%
what about his field goal
to
percentage?
29%, which is not by a lot.
Did they say mid-range field goal percentage?
His field goal percentage went down 56% to 55.
He's taking more shots. He's taking more jumpers. Everything's just not at the rim.
His field goals attempts are still the same, but it's probably the type of field goals attempts.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to separate mid-range from low post.
But his rebounds are the same, his assists are the same, his steals are the same, his blocks are the same, turnovers are still like he's still statistically kind of the same guy. But his 2-point percentage has gone down from 60.
You said it's bullshit.
63% to 61%.
But he
from
made,
last year.
But the reason why the points haven't changed because he went up in free throw percentage. So it all averaged.
Yeah, he averaged 2 more free throw attempts. You know, this game.
And then he's shooting a higher percentage.
But what are we critiquing though?
So what we're critiquing is the things that I was talking about 2 years ago. Right, like because there were times in the playoffs that he got exposed. In my opinion, there's no more exposing Giannis. You want to go under the screen? Okay, cool. I'll shoot this motherfucker. I'm not scared of shooting it. And even if he hits 40% from a jump shot, you got to guard that.
It's the threat.
It's the threat of the shot. That's where he's gotten better. That was one of my critiques of him. And then the other thing was having counters in the low post because all he tried to do was overpower you. Last season, I saw the go this way, go up and under. Okay, well, shit. How do you stop that now? Giannis has improved.
Agreed.
The thing is that how much more can you improve? Where he's at, things are gonna do this by a little. 2 more free throw attempts, 2 more field goal percentage points down. Like it is what it is. At this point, Nick, I do agree. We're nitpicking. He's not Clay. He's not Steph with the shot. It's just not going to be that. He's not LeBron with the IQ. Like, there's things that he's not, but there's a lot that he is. Yeah. And there's not another comp.
And it was enough to win a title.
Yeah, he's going to be the best he
100%.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Improving on what he is, not what.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be like the elite of the elites. And I think that's kind of what Gilbert was saying. Like, you're not going to be up there with LeBron, bro.
Just look, I put it to you like this. As much as Giannis is dominant, Carmelo Anthony at his prime was a better scorer. Not close. Not close. But again, Giannis is not a scorer. Giannis is the definition, in my opinion, of positionless basketball.
But that's like you're mentioning one of the elite scorers of all time. Like, of course, if you're
hold on, because I know you cap for Melo.
He's
all time.
He's one of the elite scorers of all time.
This man is like 17th on the all-time scoring list.
I'm talking about skill. We're talking about skill set. I thought we were talking about skill set.
That's fine.
Did we not talk about skill set?
Yeah, we talking about skill set.
I talked about other shit. If you said accolades and all the other shit in line, and now I'm talking about skill set.
No rebuttal.
I'm saying skill set wise, he's one of the elite scorers of all time. So of course you compare the motherfucker like that. There's only about a certain amount of people that can even match up to that.
No, 100%.
Just talking about impact.
But what Gilbert is, think about the source. This is the motherfucker that was Dame Lillard, Steph Curry before people even thought that was like okay to do in an NBA game. We're talking about the dude that dropped 50 on Kobe in LA. We're talking about the dude that is unconscious. He don't give a damn.
Yeah, people shitting on Gilbert, but they forgot.
Yeah,
Or
like
don't know.
or don't know. Thank you, Ken. There's a lot of youngins out here. Go do your Googles.
He can shoot.
Gilbert Arenas' perspective on what he's talking about Giannis is slightly biased toward himself, because every basketball player or every analyst has to take what you have and you apply personal bias to. I don't give a fuck what you try to say. Oh, I'm unbiased. I'm this, that. I'm in the middle. No, fuck that. There's some personal bias. Gilbert Arenas' bias is coming out in that statement.
Or is he saying out loud what other people are saying in those NBA circles that we're not privy to?
Here's the thing.
They always hating in the background. I noticed that now.
I think the truth is Giannis is not the most skillful player in the NBA.
Because
He's
James
not.
Harden called him out.
Of
Now,
course.
Giannis says,
And James Harden behaved for a minute
but
now.
Gilbert is, saying some similar things. Like there's some people talking, and he may be regurgitating some of that stuff.
100%. I can name, if you tell me a skill set, I can name a player better than Giannis in it. But when we put the whole package together, stop this man then. Stop him. Stop him. Yeah, you could dribble better than him. That's fine. But I guarantee you he get from that basket to this basket in 3 or 4 of them. How many it take you?
Oh, it'll take me a lot.
So at the end of the day, if we're talking individual offensive skill sets, there's a lot of, he'll never be KD. He'll never be Jason Tatum. He'll never be LeBron.
Okay, I'm glad you're naming specific guys that I think
His
Gilbert
comp.
was trying to,
His comp.
Yep.
Like the players he's going to guard primarily and the players that are going to guard him. He's not them skillfully. Those guys have more skill offensively.
And we saw Jason Tatum's skill set. How much did it help him in the finals?
Keep it full bean.
So at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. The Nets got swept by Boston, right? And they had KD, which is arguably the best player in basketball right now, especially offensively, right? Giannis, without his second best player, took that team to 7 games. That's the difference. Skill set, fine. KD could do all that.
Yeah,
Stop Giannis.
Giannis is more impactful on the game right now.
Stop him. Physically, there's not a comp.
Any other questions?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Drink more water. Giannis mid-range improved by years since 2019. 34 on 116, 38 on 116, 35 on 143, 41 on 205 attempts in the past season. So there we go.
He's gotten better.
Mm-hmm. That's it for me, man.
Undeniable.
Yeah, look, man, what he got won him a title.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's not what he was addressing, and I get it. Let's talk about the specifics of that statement. But it worked for him, and mission accomplished. Our mission, I'm gonna pull a Kevin. Our mission is not accomplished. Make sure you guys check out our Friday to hear more than
that's
Kevinisms. But yeah, man, we did it, man. Top 10. Man, that damn near took up the whole show. So
That's why I wanted to start early.
Oh, I do got, like I said, I got one question for you, Nick. What you think about the RJ Barrett?
Don't answer that question.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yep.
We'll say that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah. Well, anyway, thank you guys for joining. What are we doing next week?
We're doing our predictions for our division winners and our Super Bowl picks.
That
next
is
week?
going to be a mess.
Because as you know, next week is this week of the NFL kickoff. So next Thursday will be kickoff.
Man.
Hey, anybody in that audience, if y'all are betting, man, do not listen to Nick.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Be real.
What do you think about Spike?
Spike worse than me.
I am not.
They calling Spike out already.
Spike worse than
So
me.
next week is gonna be. Man,
Spike is a rookie right now. Okay,
not a rookie.
I'm just saying he's a rookie to Dead in Sports as a full-time member, right? So he's a rookie. We shall see. I know what his history says, especially if we talking about.
Hey, I'm batting at 500, low key. The lowest of key, I'm batting at 500.
You got to move the decimal point one more
Nah,
this way.
I've
Put a
only
zero in front of
lost.
that
I've only
five.
lost on 3 major picks. Outside of that, I've been hit.
Okay. How many?
I told
bottles
y'all
of
because
Hennessy
y'all
got me?
niggas, y'all don't be giving me my roses when I gotta bring Nay here
Man, we
to
need
get
to
my
look back
roses.
at our last year's picks and see how we did last year.
Because I told y'all Chase was gonna be all right. Y'all niggas was on my neck about Chase.
Chase who? Oh,
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar
Chase.
Oh yeah. You got
Man,
heat
that-
for
Well,
that.
that
Man.
preseason looked bad though. You
I
can't
know
lie.
he did, but I
You
told
can't
y'all the
lie.
same
You
shit
did.
that I say everything.
Bruh.
Shit.
Who care
He
about
said that-
preseason?
I don't even count that because he said that
It was him. He was going.
I was
him
going
and
ham
Q.
too though.
Yeah,
I
him
can't
and
front.
Q.
Because I was like, bro, who care about preseason?
Shit. See, the only reason I'm not giving you credit for that because you was a homer. You was rooting for your team.
No,
That was
because
your hopes.
I wasn't a homer. Because remember during the draft, I was like, we should get an offensive line.
Yeah, but you
and
had
then
to make
switched,
it
and then I
work.
was like, but then at the end I was like, but if we're gonna go receive, I gotta enjoy it.
You had to make it work. That was your squad. So I can't count that. If you was
No,
talking
I was
about some
giving them
other
faith
team,
because it was preseason.
but I'm
If
saying
it was the regular season, I'll be right there with you.
if you was talking about some other team and made that prediction, I give you credit.
Nah, I
I
wouldn't.
can't
do that.
give you
I
credit for
wouldn't do
that.
that on
For,
rookie
for,
wide receiver.
Well, anyway, yeah. Next week, tune in. We'll catch you guys then. We out. Peace.
Peace.